I mean, as close as possible.
Y'all should share. Yeah, we have a couch if y'all want to share the couch.
Y'all can lie.
A little closer.
Don't do this.
Yeah, that was pretty brazy.
Hey,
Yeah, that was pretty brazy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Are we good?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Like that.
Oh, here we go. Buddy's already on a time crunch, yeah?
Yeah, he said, here we go. Alex was like, cool, let's go.
But,
I can't be here all day.
Yeah, Buddy has a meeting at 5.
No, my heart started racing. I was like, who?
Oh, man. Nah, we're rolling, yeah? All right.
I'm going to tell Marco we ain't working out.
Yeah, no, we're probably not going to work out today.
There's no way.
Yo, so what camera is my camera? Or, like, what camera do I look at? This one? Awesome. All right, so in 3 seconds, I'll hit the intro. 3.
You should let Alex intro it.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, so we're going to get in a fight?
No, it's like,
No,
it's our part. Yeah, we already talked about it.
They don't know the G.
Damn.
No, I mean,
But it would be nostalgic, though.
no, what I already said was, like, I was going to intro everyone, and then he can run that intro. But based on, like, the responses that I got, like, a lot of the people weren't, like, they didn't listen to. Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, just and do your normal thing. You know?
Yeah, buddy.
This is
we guess.
yeah,
No.
It's
It's like,
INAKA Power Radio. It's not the GM. It's not the GM.
all right, so let's just do the normal, like,
Yeah.
introducing the guest, and then Alex, you can hit the classic.
Oh, did y'all,
Nah, hit the classic
did
though.
y'all get my intro video? You walking in?
We will.
Okay.
Right, Serge? Everyone is. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back, guys, to episode 2 of season 2. And today we're accompanied by 4 legendary guests. This is a podcast collab in a sense.
3 black men, 1. Honestly, this is I don't know where I was going with that. Oh my god.
do you know what ethnicity I am?
No, I do. I just
What is he?
no. I didn't want to say something that sounded racist.
No, so say what is
What is he?
I don't know what you wanted to be referred
What
to.
do you? I'm a human. Like, what do you?
No, I was gonna say one Indian.
What are your pronouns? What are your pronouns?
But like that is that racist?
Indian? Nah.
I mean,
Yeah.
is he Indian?
Okay, well, I mean,
you called everyone else.
Y'all
black.
have given me so much shit for calling black people blacks. So
He goes 3 blacks, and then he cut it off at Indian.
well, yeah, because I realized like what I was. Yeah, 3 blacks is crazy. Yeah. that was a pretty bad like a way to roll into this one, man. Fuck.
But yeah, man.
Well, 3 African Americans, 1 Middle Eastern.
What? India isn't in the Middle East, bro.
Oh shit!
Your attempt at fixing it just got a lot worse, eh?
It's all good, man. Geography's not for everyone.
3 West Africans and
I'm from the East, man.
Jeez,
no
bro.
3 West Africans. 3 West Africans and 1 Asian.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
I respect
fucking-
that.
That's
There you go.
There you go.
Everyone takes everything so seriously these days.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Jeez.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying like.
Oh, sheesh.
I mean, I just wanted to be properly addressed.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't even know why that came off the. I don't know why that came to my head, man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But nah, that was crazy, man.
That was interesting.
I was looking at Lex to give the intro, and
What episode?
let's see if you still got
What
it.
episode
Eh?
is this?
Episode 2, season 2.
Episode 2, season 2.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the
Yeah, that was
INAKA Power. What is it? Welcome, guys, to another episode of the INAKA Power Radio. This is episode 2, season 2. Because I don't have a mic to hear myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, it sounds pretty wild.
It's loud.
Yeah.
It was like
very loud.
it was like a
Like
a
screaming
sonic
in the
boom.
mic.
Yeah, is there a way?
It's like a sonic boom.
Is there a way to adjust the mics? Because
I
everyone's
have to
pretty
do
loud.
all that in that post editing.
Grainy.
Yeah, the mics do sound pretty bad.
Yeah, they sound pretty bad.
cheap?
They sound pretty bad.
Everyone just talk lighter. Eh?
Here we go.
Inaka
Welcome,
budget.
welcome, guys, to another episode of the INAKA Power Radio. This is season 2, episode 2.
But he still has it.
I got it.
But he still has
At
it.
all times.
I liked it. That was like Brett Favre throwing a touchdown pass.
You know?
Classic
Just
guy.
have to shake the rust off.
Nah, but I'm glad to have you all in one room podcasting again. It's been like,
An impossible task.
yeah. How long has it been since y'all all were like all? When was the last episode of GM?
I think it was like last year. Like
It was in Russell's
I have
office.
no idea.
Yeah, it was at CS, and I remember that was an explosive episode. That didn't end too well. Matt and Alex. I don't know if you guys want to explain what went on.
Oh, what
Yeah,
went on?
can y'all? Now that y'all are sharing a mic.
This is like the kind of shit that people want to see, like in
Yeah.
a reunion.
Yeah.
Like someone has to at least have one person there had to have at least gain like a drug addiction in the last year. Like,
well, Alex did.
Oh my god. Okay.
Me.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
But he gets to the pod and acts crazy, eh? Like you.
Oh man, buddy starts acting different on the mic.
Oh
eh?
yeah. No, I don't have a drug addiction.
Not yet.
His
We
drug
cut
is
it off.
love.
Not yet.
No. If his
cut it
drug
off
is
early.
love, then yes, he has a drug addiction.
Oh yeah, he's addicted to love.
Smoke
Love.
weed. That's it.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I was thinking.
I mean, I don't
shit.
care.
I didn't.
People can know I smoke weed. No matter.
Okay.
It's crazy because the GM Potter, like he never wanted people to know he smoked weed.
Don't you remember there was like one episode we filmed?
I mean, at this point in time, like,
Yeah, you're
yeah, I'm successful. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter. Nobody.
yeah.
Well, do you remember that one
this nigga
episode we
shits
filmed?
money when he wakes up.
Yeah.
There was one episode we filmed where there was an issue. You're like, no, take that out, take that out, take that out.
Yeah, I mean,
Take
yeah,
it out,
because
take it out.
I mean, at that time, I was still. I mean, at this point in time, like,
You had an employer back then.
yeah,
Like
but
that
I mean,
one company.
say, what do you mean?
Remember
I mean, I
that-
can't. I don't know how
you
how
can't
loud
hear
I'm
it.
talking.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
That one company you were working with, that medical company.
Oh, yeah. That was back when I had the development firm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, but now it's just like it doesn't matter. There's nobody, not really too much. Nobody can say to me or do to me. So I can say that.
He a boss. He makes his own moves now.
Now you can smoke every day. It doesn't
Black
matter.
excellence.
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
So it's not really like I'm not working for like a company or anything like that. But it's on occasion.
Yeah, Shawley doesn't let me smoke. It's pretty insane.
What?
Shawley, I was like, yeah, Shawley's like, yo, quit that smoking weed shit. It's a bad rep for INAKA. None of our employees smoke weed.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you do in your free time, it is your free time. So
So if you kill people,
aside
So
from that,
what's everyone
obviously-
been up to?
I'm chilling, man.
That was a rough ass like transition.
That was pretty. No, I wanted to double back to what
Yeah.
we were talking about on the last episode.
Yeah,
when-
last episode.
Yeah, so what can y'all explain? Because a lot of people were asking about this
But-
dynamic duo over here.
But I don't think that is what ended the pod.
No. I know. I'm just talking about that specific occasion, like what happened between.
I mean, it
you
was
and
just
Matt.
a altercation of we just had a difference of opinions. I don't think it's really anything to be rehashed. I'm not going to rehash it.
I remember when we were arguing
I mean-
about it was Chris Brown and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it was, I'm not going to rehash it. I mean, but that's not what ended the pod. What ended the pod was just we couldn't link. Schedules were terrible.
Lack of commitment.
Lack of commitment. Lack of energy.
Not my lack of commitment. Let's
No,
get that straight.
obviously, yeah, okay, you were good.
I was
This is
committed.
gonna be like Jerry Springer. I
Yeah.
can feel it. Jerry, Jerry.
Yeah, but lack of commitment, lack of energy, and overall, and then also just busy schedules. You know, Shawley was growing in INAKA at that time. Josh was going to PT school in Miami.
I was 305 boy.
Russ was what? Russ was GBT was growing bigger. He was dropping his gym. Matt as well, working with Russ on that, and then me scaling my company as well. So nobody really had time to link on
Yeah,
a
for
consistent basis. Because our pod, I mean, you guys may have a little bit. I guess maybe it's transitioning to you guys. I don't know how long it takes you guys to set up and get everything going, but for us, it usually took about maybe 1 or 2 hours just to get the topics / everything set up. And sometimes we would just shoot the shit, and then we would start recording, and then before you knew
Yeah.
it, we're running like what? What do you guys say? Like 5 hours?
No, so the issue would come in like you said, it was time management.
Yeah.
Like, we would pull up, And it's like, it would take us about like an hour 30 because we're kicking it. And then we start, and then it'd be like, someone has some shit. Oh shit, bro, I gotta go. Like we have 1 hour to record.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of hard to create content when you have a time frame that you gotta meet when it's like creative type shit.
And also, we never came with like topics, so we would figure out the topics
Like
right
day
then and
of,
there.
yeah.
No, like right on the pod. Like,
Yeah.
So that would take 30. I mean, Josh was good with it. Josh kind of kept that
just
together,
making sure you got
yeah,
that off.
no, because I know you want your credit.
Saw me swing the mic.
Yeah, I know you
man.
want your credit. No, Josh was good. With staying on top of that, making sure that we got like topics or like at least ask the question of like what our topics would be. But overall, we just had a difference of schedules. I mean, I'm not even in America anymore, so like there's no chance of the podcast being.
Boys at the flex.
But I mean,
Nice
there's no
little bomb drop there.
Yeah, but there's no chance of the podcast being like a. I know people are gonna ask like, all right, can we run it back? Like, no, there's no way. It's impossible.
Yeah.
If someone sells us $20,000, we're running back.
I would not even 20. That would be.
They got to give us 2 bored apes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, something crazy.
Bored Ape would be a nice trade. Running back.
But I would have to
Take a
come.
bored ape. That shit.
You're asking me to come to America.
Yeah, you're asking Alex to sacrifice the love of his life.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a pod.
I respect that.
Yeah, so it's not even.
respect
It's
that.
not even a thing. The podcast can never. I mean, it could run it back, but I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
A
Full time
consistent
Columbia
member.
boy, yeah.
I want to be a consistent member. But I want to give the mic to Matt if you want to say anything.
Yeah, I want to go back to Michael Jackson and Chris Brown.
No, please.
Who's really better though to you?
It's Chris Brown for sure.
What do you mean?
Michael Jackson, Chris Brown.
I don't know why we're having this conversation over and over again. I think like they're just different generations, and I think, I mean, Michael Jackson will always be the legendary act that he was, and Chris Brown will be another legend in his own right.
Yeah.
That's what you call media training, right there, boys.
I like that. I like that.
I like that.
I like that podcast run right there.
You're talking to a seasoned vet, buddy.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going with Chris Brown on that one for sure. Michael Jackson's a little overrated in my opinion. I'm just saying, people were comparing. It's funny. People were like, they're listening to that new Weekend, and they're like, comparing it to Michael Jackson. Just him being compared already lets you know how.
Who's
So
that comparison being thrown out?
I saw it on Twitter for sure a couple times.
You're trolling.
that-
No, I
Michael
swear to God. Like, I swear to God. I'll show you.
You're saying Michael Jackson and The Weeknd?
I'm not comparing. I'm saying that people were comparing The Weeknd to Michael Jackson. That lets you know like how.
In what like context?
Just the sound.
I can.
If you listen to the new album, like it was heavily influenced. But I'm saying like if that's even a thing, like maybe Michael Jackson's not all that.
Oh my God.
In my opinion, I'm just saying like,
Or maybe-
I mean, he's cool. Like he's valid. For
I mean, have
sure.
you thought
I don't know how to like argue something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, hold on. Hey, did you just compare?
No,
The
I
Weeknd
didn't.
to Michael
No, I
Jackson?
didn't. Other people were. I'm saying
Oh,
the
okay.
fact that that's even a comparison lets you know maybe Michael's not.
that's not fair though, because you can compare anyone to anyone.
Yeah,
No, but it's a
with this
legitimate.
era,
But
like,
it's a legitimate.
that's not an
comparison,
accepted
though.
comparison.
That's not a
It's not.
legitimate.
pop
That's-
artist.
That can't
Like,
be an accepted
You
comparison.
can't compare Michael Jackson. You
name-
can't compare
name-
Michael Jackson with to the
I mean,
Weeknd.
who's the second best black pop artist of all time? Prince, right? If you consider Prince. And then who would be three?
Not pop.
Pop
Yeah.
artist?
Yeah, pop.
I would agree.
It has to be The Weeknd,
Prince.
right?
I would agree.
Oh,
Beyonce's
Prince or The
bigger than
Weeknd?
Prince is
Oh,
everything.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, yes,
Prince.
yes.
Nah, that's cap. Okay, for Mel. Let's
Prince
say
was
Mel.
like
Let's say
low-
Mel.
Let's go male.
Let's go male.
Yeah,
only.
let's stay in
go
male.
Was Prince pop or rock?
That's
or
what I was.
mix?
He was like, yeah.
He
That's
wasn't
why
even-
it's hard for me.
No, he wasn't pop. Like I think
rock.
if you told a Prince fan that he was pop, they'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Would
Yeah.
you say he's R&B? Like,
He
how
was
would
rock.
you like?
Yeah,
You
it's
think he
like
was
rock R&B. It's
Rock
like,
R&B.
he's
His
like,
own
he-
sound, right?
Honestly, he had his own genre.
Do you think
That's
like,
why I'm saying he's not number two,
Like Roddy Rich.
but he could.
Roddy Rich has his own sound.
Okay,
Okay, now we potted. Go
Okay,
ahead.
all right.
Elaborate.
Yeah, one too many Alani news, eh? But he had one too many celts on that one.
One too many cells. Oh, man.
Just name dropping Roddy Rich randomly is crazy. It's crazy.
No, y'all say that he had his own sound. Roddy Rich has his own sound.
You guys continue the conversation.
You gotta let that one sit. You know, I gotta let that one marinate.
kind of marinate. At the end of the day, Weeknd should not be compared to Michael Jackson anytime.
I agree.
But I have a question. What did you guys think about the? Have you guys listened to the Weeknd album?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty valid.
What do you guys think?
It's valid.
valid.
It's valid. It's not greatest sound of all time.
Did you
It's
listen,
not-
Russ?
I'm gonna listen tonight.
Okay. Then we can't even discuss it.
Why,
Yeah.
why are you listening tonight?
because I was listening to
Gunna?
Gunna shit.
Gunna was good, right?
Yeah, it was
shit
good. It was actually I
crazy. In the
actually
whip?
really like his shit. Shit was
Gunna
good.
shit in the whip was crazy.
Yeah.
I had to wait. I listened to the Weeknd last night. It was pretty valid. It wasn't. You were saying it was like,
I thought it was great. I thought it was phenomenal.
yeah, like
But I also like
out of 10.
I think I woke up in that mood and I listened to it. And
Yeah.
I was listening to it on the way to the office, and I was like, "Damn, this is a good album."
It has mixed reviews. There's some people that are saying it's just different. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot different from his other shit. Which
I
obviously-
think it's the same,
Nah, the first half is different. The first
same
half
shit,
is
right?
different.
bro. He has
No. The first half is a little different though.
bro. It's all Stranger Things music.
Yeah, but After Hours was more
that's,
deep.
That's a great.
No, but yeah.
Oh, you.
It was a tweet.
He sent me
was
the
when I
tweet.
said that.
I wasn't gonna say anything though. I was
But I'm
gonna,
gonna
I
roll
was just
with
gonna
it.
look.
That's
yeah,
a
I was
great.
just gonna look.
Whoever made that tweet that's smart because
Yeah, it was me.
the soundscape is like that. Like
I know.
But the first, relax.
first half is-
the first half though isn't wavy. The second half,
Yeah, the second
Bro,
half.
take
is,
my
is
breath.
solid.
That shit took
Yeah.
my breath.
Nah, Take My Breath is
I like
fire.
Out of Time,
Out of time. Was
Best
good.
Friends.
I can't remember.
I can't remember the names.
Is
yet,
there
but
someone
yeah.
else?
The second half. Take My Breath
was good.
was amazing.
I don't remember that.
Bro, I just like it's all Stranger Things music, but this album was like energetic.
The second
Supposedly
half.
he
The second half for
recorded-
me was more my vibe, and
Yeah.
especially when he started to actually use like more bass.
Yeah.
You know, the first half was some like I could see that going well at like Ultra,
Yeah.
You know what
Nah,
I mean?
feel you 100%.
like a festival.
You know what pisses me off? The people that not pisses me off, but it doesn't piss me off. Like take that back. But I think we're past the days. I don't know why that came out of my mouth.
It pisses you off.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't.
cool.
But like,
Just be honest with your
I think when
friends.
people complain
it's all
about
cool.
the weekend of like Gone, House of Balloons. All
Oh,
that
they
shit,
want him back?
I think you're never going to get that weekend back. And
Yeah.
the moment you accept that is the moment you can start enjoying his music. Of
I
today.
agree.
Yeah, I've never been
So like I chose.
I'm one of those
with,
people.
I chose with like After Hours that this nigga's never coming back.
Yeah.
So like if you listen to his music, it gives you this rush.
I
Like
mean,
you
but,
feel
like-
like you're always like it feels like you're running away from something. Like this morning, I felt like I was running away from my house. I was in the car. I was like, God damn, man! Like I feel good.
Yeah, he starts dragging to Georgia,
running away
like
from
he
your girl or
starts a new
something.
life.
Running away from your girl, or something. But no, that's very true because when I listened to the album before I press play, I was like, I hope this is like Trilogy. I kept
Nah,
saying
you
to
gotta get
myself,
over that.
I kept saying to
Yeah.
myself, I hope he's in like a dark mood. Like I kept saying, I was like, and
He
then when
was though.
Then when it started
if
playing,
you listen to the content,
but you gotta
he
understand,
recorded
like,
this in quarantine and he was like super depressed. He said, like, if you listen to listen to the lyrics and then listen, he wrote it on the Apple Music.
Was he happy during Trilogy?
yeah, but the
I don't think he's ever been happy, man. To be honest.
no, because if you look at from Starboy,
makes depressed music.
and what came after Starboy?
Oh,
After Hours.
no. Dear
No,
Melancholy.
my dear Melancholy.
My dear,
Yeah, My
but that
Dear
was more of an EP.
Melancholy. Yeah, that was EP.
What came
After Hours.
After Hours.
That's his best project.
After Hours probably one is really good,
It's his
but he
best
was
project.
able to combine that.
After Hours is really phenomenal.
really good,
Yeah.
phenomenal. But,
Bro, After Hours, Super Bowl, Grammy, like that's when he was on the charts. Like,
but you can see with After Hours has more hints of the Trilogy. It's
Yeah.
darker.
it was like Starboy and the Trilogy just collabed.
Exactly. And
That-
then what,
that's why
and then
it's
what
so
came
fire.
after Hours is this, right?
It's this, yeah.
Dawn. See, Dawn, like you could see
We
that
have to listen to this more though. We
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, I have
We
to
can't
listen-
do this.
But
I've
also,
listened
you
to
could
more.
tell that Weeknd was trying to become more of a pop star.
Nah, he was.
Like he like
He is a
he's
pop
a
star
pop star now.
Yeah.
He's a pop star. I mean, this dude is like
this
one of
album,
the most famous people.
This
on earth.
album though was Rush, and we were talking about it because all the singles leading up are garbage, and like I think it was because
Wait,
After
did
Hours
he
was
drop? He dropped single.
bro
Yeah.
the song with Aaliyah, and then there was a song with like Post Malone, and then there was another song before that.
So that's why
you don't
I
even
think-
know, like it's just so.
I think sometimes artists can drop singles and they can actually hurt their album.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Because leading up to this, I was like, oh, this shit's gonna be ass because the 3 singles before were ass, and then
But it actually
it was
helped.
so rushed.
It helped me because I came into this album expecting it to be complete hot garbage.
Yeah.
and I almost turned it off after the first track.
Why?
Because I was just
Because the singles were so
single
bad.
he dropped was fucking ass. It was like a
Bro,
month
we
ago.
just told you the song. we just literally ran.
I was like, bro, you know what's crazy? I had a moment in my head. I was like, damn, maybe Ant said that in my head. Yeah, I was like, shit.
I was asking just to repeat it, just to repeat it.
Huh?
Just to repeat what you said before.
Oh.
Yeah, so because you didn't hear him.
No, I heard him. He said Post Malone, and then
Yeah.
he said someone else.
Oh,
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
And then he had a random like.
no, I heard it.
single.
I just want repeat for the
Oh,
in case
yeah.
someone didn't catch.
Yeah,
They can rewind.
It was
We can
ass. Have you heard the Aaliyah song?
No, I didn't.
little double tap on YouTube.
I haven't heard any of the singles. I haven't heard any of the singles.
Nah, they're garbage.
That's why I'm surprised. I thought because he put that text out. That he was like from Lamarck. You saw that on his IG.
Yeah.
I thought he literally just because he said I'm just dropping it. I didn't know he released anything beforehand.
I actually don't even think the singles ended up on the album because I don't remember.
I think it was
they
one of
didn't.
those one-off songs.
Yeah.
I take it back. I actually did like the intro of this album because I like the whole.
The second song was weird, right?
No, I like the intro where it was like retro, like 103.
Oh, Jim Carrey. You know
Jim Carrey.
That
The
was
Jim Carrey outro.
Yeah.
That beat at the end.
Yeah.
I wish he would have made a song to
Facts.
that because that is trilogy, Starboy.
I think
After Hours type.
I think
of
to
vibe.
him it was like he wanted to prove to everyone in like that he is a pop artist because when he was making pop music with Starboy, they were still considering him R&B. He's like, no, I'm pop, and so I think that's why he goes so heavy on pop. And yeah, man, honestly, I don't know. He's a pop artist now for sure.
Yeah,
I like it though. I like the album. I think I want to listen to it a little bit more. It was a little rushed. I thought the rollout because there wasn't really a good rollout. I think he was trying to just match After Hours and he just couldn't. He should have took a longer break After Hours, but I mean it was still valid. Still valid. But yeah, man, how are we feeling about AB? I don't know. Did y'all watch the Full Sin podcast or no?
Has it dropped?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it dropped today.
No, I didn't get to see it. That
I didn't get to watch it either.
that situation was funny. Did we ever talk about that on the old podcast whenever he was like breaking down with the Raiders and all that? Remember when he was like releasing those YouTube videos?
Yeah, he's been through a lot.
Yeah,
I don't remember us like he wasn't. We weren't potting when he was at peak. Like
Yeah.
wild.
Bro, I need to
Yeah,
pee.
just go run it.
Yeah, I'm about to go pee.
Wait, all right, I gotta go too. I didn't know if I was allowed to. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Should we
hit
just,
up-
like,
No,
pause it?
we can keep it going.
Nah, keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep
Keep
it
it
going.
going.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can run it.
This is like the most unorganized pod in the season.
We can keep it running.
Yo, but
how they bring the
this
jam
one's
back
gonna
together.
this one's gonna be for like the real ones that fuck with us, that rock.
No,
with
we
us
can
for
keep
sure.
it running. So wait, you were saying with the Raiders? What happened with the Raiders?
no. So with the Raiders, when he got signed, he was doing all that shit to where like I think his like feet got frozen or something
Yeah,
like that.
it
And
was-
he held out of practice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And he
and
took
then,
the helmet off.
Yeah, he
And
took the
then-
helmet off. And then he did the video where he's like, "I'm free," because they had to release him.
yeah.
He called the GM a cracker,
I
Yeah.
remember that.
and he got released.
Man,
and then-
he's been through a lot.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Remember when he was on Instagram Live kicking that girl out,
Oh yeah.
and he was
Oh,
throwing
that was-
her
no,
clothes
his
at
wife.
her?
That was his baby mom.
Oh yeah, his baby
Yeah,
mom,
baby
right?
mom. Kids
Like
were
the cops,
screaming.
yeah, and the cops came and shit.
Yeah. Now AB is definitely going through some things, man. It's hard to tell if
Do you-
it's CTE or just like
Do you think it's mental health?
I think he's mentally fucked for
you
sure,
know.
man.
I think it's mental health for sure, but whether it was because of football, I don't know.
So my question when we get into this realm, right, is like, when do we distinguish people are just assholes or just asses, and then people have like mental issues?
I
What
think-
if he's just an asshole? Like that's just how he is.
I think if you can see erratic behavior where you can clearly tell it's erratic, then you know it's mental health. If it has no reason, and the way it happens just is so erratic, then it's mental health. But if
Yeah.
it's like if there's like a calculated or I'm trying to be vindictive, like okay, then it's like
But see, with that is like I remember whenever he was going through the Raider situation. Remember he was like, "Oh, this was my plan the whole time. Like I wanted to cause a scene so I could get kicked out and then go to the team I really wanted to be with." You know
I think
Yeah.
he's like really that mentally gone though.
you think so?
Yeah, like I don't think it.
yeah, it's tricky because I mean we haven't watched the pod, but I mean we did talk about one of the quotes that we saw from the Full Send podcast where he was basically shitting on Tom Brady or talking bad about him. And,
Yeah, that's just random.
And
though.
then, but you got to think about it. Before he's always been praising Tom Brady as my brother and my brother's keeper, yada yada. So it's hard to see in those instances. I'm like, okay, then that's mental health, right? Because you're not just gonna.
Sometimes when it comes to like mental health and like diagnosing, for example, like when it comes to like narcissism, people are gonna have like narcissistic traits, but when it comes to actually diagnosing someone with narcissism, they tend to do that when someone just lacks the ability to like have empathy or sympathize, and like they really just don't care of how they make other people feel. You know, like just like in totality, like they really don't. So that's when it kind of bridges, it crosses that bridge between you just having like narcissistic traits, like, you know, because all of us are gonna like, we think some type of way about ourselves, or, you know, we think we're kind of like, you know, we think a lot about ourselves, you know. You can be like overly confident, but when it comes to like, you don't care, like you have no sympathy of how you hurt other people, or like, or when people are in your way and like you don't care how they feel, that's when it kind of leans over into, okay, this may be more diagnosable in that sense. So I feel like with AB is like, I mean, we don't know, because we don't know him personally of how he actually feels and what he's doing and stuff like that. All we see is what he's posting. And what he's posting is crazy, because I know what he posted with Tom Brady's trainer. He paid Tom Brady's trainer about $100K to get some training, and, you know, they they end up not being able to finish that. And he put up the text about talking to him like, yo, I need my money back. You know, we didn't get through the whole season and everything like that. And the trainers is blatantly telling him, hey, let me know the balance you want. Like, you know, let me know how much you need. Yeah. But he still goes on to say, like, these are the kind of people, like, what is this? Basically, like, insinuating that he wasn't trying to give him the money back. But everyone's like confused. Like, if you actually read the text, the trainer's like,
literally said,
like, how much, like, let's talk. Like, how much do you want back? Like, let me know where to send the money. And AB's like, oh, these people just want money from me and stuff like that. So it's like, when you see stuff like that, that's like, okay, either he's
gone.
or he just maybe not just reading appropriately. I don't know.
Like, nah, he's gone at that point.
It's like,
Honestly,
He's gone at that point.
I definitely I interpreted that text completely different.
For real?
I interpret that text as he's saying that
I didn't even see
they don't treat me the same as though like they would treat another star athlete. So it's like saying that like these people I'm not important to these people. Like he's saying that like I gave him 100 bands, and now it's like I'm trying to get my money back, but it's not even like yo, like we want to continue working with you, but he's just like, all right, bet, like just tell me how much I owe you back.
Yeah.
So like I mean that could
He's a
reflect
grown
off that
man,
narcissistic thing where he's like he thinks he's the center of the world, but it's
Yeah.
also like maybe he's like nah, like I'm supposed to be someone that's like supposed to turn your organization around. Like I should be like he's holding himself at the standard of like Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's
but
not anymore.
just to read off the text, basically, AB was like, "Hey, I paid you. Only fair to get back half the money. Let me know how to proceed." And then he was talking to Tom Brady's trainer. He's like, and the trainer was like, "Good morning, AB. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I completely understand that you want to go in a different direction. Thank you for the opportunity to work together. You are a wonderful person. I hope for your continued success on and off the field. Please let me know where you want me to send the balance. Big hugs, my friend."
Yeah, there's no way to interpret that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because when I saw that text, I'm like, I don't know if he's like processing what I don't think that was a text he meant to put up.
I thought he was showing love, honestly.
Yeah, he was showing love because
That's what I thought, yeah.
AB had already made him. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna work with you no more or whatever. Like, you know, I want my money back, kind of.
Yeah.
The dude was like, yo, I love working with you. Let me know where to send it.
No, I agree that they were professional. Like the trainer handled that very professionally. He did that in the right way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like I can see maybe like if there was like pent up aggression towards like every aspect of maybe like I guess like the whole organization where he's like they don't even treat me like how it should be treated. So he's reading that as this guy won't even fight for me. So I'm just like saying that like I can understand that like he's just pissed off at the overall situation. And now he's just like, man, like see this guy doesn't even care to like
could be slightly
like,
passive
I'm just
aggressive.
saying like it could be some passive aggressive stuff,
Yeah.
or it could just be like he's just off his rocker. Like I don't know.
So did you see originally when like why he said he like left mid game?
Yeah.
So supposedly it was like there was a certain amount of snaps in his contract that if he met, he would get a bonus, right?
So they try to spin that off like that, but then apparently this and from AB, he was saying he was dealing with an ankle injury, which people kind of work. I know that I know one of his trainers who was working that with him. So like he had an ankle injury, but supposedly he was hurt. He told the coach that he didn't want to, like he couldn't play. He was told coach like he was hurting, and the coach was like basically trying to make him play through it. He was like, no, I'm not going to play through it. So then he said that the coach told him to just like to go away. Then like if you're not going to play, then leave. So he's saying, well, the coach basically cut me on the field by telling me to leave after I told him I couldn't play. So basically he was mad about that. They were acting like he didn't have no injury or that he wasn't dealing with anything, and they kind of spun it as if he was just mad that he wasn't getting playing time and stuff like that. But he's like, I have the X-rays and MRI to prove it. Little do they know, I got it right after the game and stuff like that, or I think got it like soon right before. But he was like, they tried to send me to like a junior doctor at the same hospital, but I already had like a senior person look at my ankle, and there was broken bones, loss of cartilage, and all stuff like that. So he's like, they tried to force me to play when I couldn't play, and I said no, and he cut me on the sideline, so I left. That's AB's version of what happened.
As someone who's played professionally, what do you think?
I mean, when it comes to playing when you're hurt and stuff like that, AB is able to do that because of his stature,
and also for being a doctor as well.
Yeah. So
He's a doctor.
No, he's a doctor.
So we're doctor soon to be. So so I mean, when it comes to AB, he has that he has the ability. Like he said it in an interview once. Like he doesn't need football. He has the money. He has the success. He says he's not like a rookie on a team who needs the paycheck. And so most people would play through an injury unless it's something. It gets to a point like, all right, you have to know whether you can play through it or whether it hurt your performance, because if it does, you can still get cut. And it's like, if you can't play through it, you can be on IR. But if you are a value asset on the team will keep you. If you're not, the team will say, all right, forget it, we'll just pay your settlement and drop you. So AB kind of knows he doesn't need us. He knows like he has, like, the team needs him, so he's more in position to do that. Now, most players who are in that position, they still wouldn't pull that because they have a great relationship with the team, and they're like a potential future Hall of Famer and stuff like that. So that's why AB's situation is kind of unique on that. And he's just like, he doesn't need football. He plays when he wants to play. And he's like, he only wants to play somewhere where they need him. So he's like, y'all need me. Like, I don't need y'all.
Do you think the Bucks need him? Because, I mean, at this point, he's kind of like
wide
receiver.
Like,
he's a wide receiver 4, yeah?
Y'all didn't see, like, the whole situation? He was, like, basically cap.
No, I think at this point, he's
No, he was just... So, like, he said it was because of his ankle. It wasn't because of his ankle. Like, he left because he wasn't getting targets. He wasn't happy.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with his targets. And then they subbed him. They were subbing a package in that included him. Yeah. And he's like, nah, I'm not going in. And they're like, what do you mean you're not going in? So they came up to him and was like, yo, get in the game. Nah, y'all not going to throw me the ball, so I'm not going in. It's like, all right, like, you're fucking out then. So that's when he got up and like threw his shit off. And then to come back around, he's like, yo, I was injured, like this, that, and third. So he was trying to spin it away. But like, that's not the reason why. Like, he's just angry because like he wasn't getting targeted.
So yeah, so you think 100% he's cap? Like, you don't believe him at all?
Yeah, no, I mean, the coach came out and said it. Like, you could literally see like the moment, like you saw when he was talking to Mike Evans on the sidelines, right? Like, you've had that conversation with teammates, I'm sure. Like, bro, coach trip. Like, the guy's like, yo, coach tripping. Like, this motherfucker's not gonna let me like do this and that third. Trying to calm him down. You could just tell that was what's happening. So it wasn't like a certain thing where it's like, no, my shit's injured, I'm gonna go off. It's like, no, I'm not getting my target, so I'm out. So
I mean, yeah, that's wild to like do it third quarter when your team's down. Like, you could be at least like Vontae Davis and retire during halftime, stuff like that. But like to do it like in the middle of a game, like everyone's like, that's something you kind of do when y'all are in the locker room.
Do you think he has another?
Like that.
You think he gets another shot?
Not with this other stuff coming out too about the Instagram model. Did you hear?
What happened?
So apparently he Instagram model, I think like Ava Luis or whatever, and she put him on blast. He allegedly, well, I mean, she says it's fact. So he snuck her into the hotel, and you know players are not supposed to have other people because of COVID protocols. Also, he did fake his vaccine card. So he's done a lot of things this season. So it's kind of hard to believe his side. But he snuck her in, and she went on Instagram and showed that she has a positive COVID test, and she tweeted and she mentioned Tom Brady or like the Bucks organization. She's like, I hope y'all are testing y'all's team. So that just came out I think like today or something. So like that's on top of
he's done
the stuff he's doing. So when it comes to whether he gets another chance, is like, I mean, they say like people like the Cowboys or people who like need receivers or something like that might bring him in, but it's like, is it worth the headache, the distraction, and the attention? Like, he's a good player, but like,
damn, so much talent, but he's just really just like
he brings everything to social media, and that's the problem. Like he puts all his problems into the public eye for everyone to have kind of like.
Do you think he's suffering from something?
I mean, it's hard to say. It's one of those things you're gonna have to just wait to see how it all plays out, and hopefully there's a reason behind it.
You think it's CTE?
Man, I mean, that's one thing you don't find out until it's the end. So I would hope not, but
you think? Never mind.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, he has to go to a doctor and get that and get his mental capabilities and all that stuff like checked and everything. But
That's crazy, man. That sucks. I feel like I was telling Ant earlier. I was like, LeBron used to fuck with him heavy, like in public, in the public eye, and I feel like with his crazy tactics lately, like I remember he was on the shop, and back then he was like somewhat normal. But Russell brought up a good point. Mike Tomlin deserves Coach of the Year because he had to deal with that for 5 years under the rug. And I was telling Ant earlier that as a black coach in the NFL, he probably tried his best to keep all that shit sheltered and not make him look bad. But once he left and started playing with another team that didn't, I mean, not that they don't care about him, but like he started playing with another team, I feel like all this shit just became public. And now players like LeBron and other like professional athletes, it's hard for them to like side with him and like LeBron, when LeBron fucks with you as an athlete, if something bad happens to you, he'll make a tweet about it and you'll lose your job the next day. Like that's usually how it happens. But like with AB, you can't even back him up because like 95% of the shit he does is bad.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
It doesn't. You can't even make sense of it. It's just like you don't walk off the field in the middle of a game, and bro, he took his shirt off. He took his pads off.
That was very brave.
You know what's funny about the whole situation? He started hyping.
Yeah, he was talking with fans.
The Jets, the opposing crowd.
It was a late game.
The opposing crowd.
Hyping
And it was the Jet Stadium, right?
Yeah.
I was when I saw that, I was like, what?
Mind you, they're down like 24 points too.
But to answer
14
your question, Russ, this is what
I saw it live on Sunday.
Yeah, remember
at
Alfred?
Yeah.
Bro, we're here and we just got done working out. We were about to go eat, and this one of the kids we know was like, "Bro, AB just left in the middle of the game." We're like, "What?"
And then we looked at the
it's
TV.
on the
Yeah.
fucking
It was just like,
thing.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And he was
Simulation
walking up the show like
confirmed,
this, and then I was like, "Damn, he must have did like an amazing ass play to where he doesn't have to play anymore." Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, no. When I saw that, I was like, man, I was like, is this Buck Stadium or is it the
That's
Jets? And then I
simulation,
saw it
man.
was like Jets, and I was like, but to answer your question, back to the original point, that's why I think it's mental health, man. That's why I think but do you think that it was that, Josh? Do you think that it was no, the ankle? Do you think that was really what he said when he typed that essay? Do you think that's exactly what happened with him and Bruce, or do you think it was what Bruce said, which was what did Bruce say that was the reasoning in the press conference? Did you watch that?
yeah, Bruce said that it's because I guess he was upset of him not getting in or not getting in enough or getting the targets enough. But I don't know, when it comes to injuries, the only person who really knows how bad it is a person who's injured.
But he said that he got MRIs. He said that the team knew that he was injured.
Yeah, and then like it comes down to like pregame and everything. Like if you're able to perform, then it's like you can't.
but-
Once you get on the field and you show that you can perform, you can't really say, "Oh, I'm hurt" anymore. Like especially at that level, it's one of those things like everybody's injured. All right, so like if you're able to perform and you've been performing for the first 3 quarters, unless you physically or there's on film you showing that you cannot run full speed, you cannot get in and out of your breaks, and you're just like your performance is just going down, then yeah. But if you're able to do your job and now you want to just pull,
But where do we draw the line, right? Like where do we draw the line? Does a man have to break his bone on live television before he can say, all right, like coach, my ankle, I can feel it, like it's gone. Like at what point does a person say like
In this situation, I believe
Yeah.
I'm with Russ, where I think this is complete bullshit. I think
Yeah.
that I think
Let's stop beating around the bush, man. Like
it was fucking AB, man.
I honestly,
It's like- oh,
my
sorry.
bad. I honestly think, look, man, this guy most likely is just maybe not the best person, or just maybe has some growing up to do in his life. And maybe he was dealing with an ankle injury, but it wasn't bad enough to where he couldn't play.
he
got cleared pregame. He had 15 targets the week before.
no, but being cleared doesn't necessarily mean that the injury is not there.
But in football, like
I think
what Josh said.
Yeah,
what Alex
he's
is
saying
saying-
everyone's hurt. Like
Yeah.
everyone's injured.
what I got from what Alex is saying is that AB probably said he could play, so he played, but now he has the opportunity to flip it and twist it as. I mean, he does.
I'm not saying that.
But you're right. He can technically flip it and say, "Yo," because if there's MRIs that he was injured, then it's factual.
It's facts. At that point
So
in time,
like
it's
at that point, he could flip it around in the Bucks. I don't know how the NFL works, but could they get in trouble for that?
No, because even with
Okay.
MRIs, like when it comes to like the team didn't get the unless the team got the MRI.
Come on, Joe.
Because he said he got it on his own. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he said?
Yes, he said he got it on his own. So if the team had an MRI of his ankle and it's messed up, right? They're not unless he's saying, "Yo, I can't play because it," and then they you can't really you can't force him to play. But
That was insane. That was insane.
it's cool. No, it's cool. It's like, yo,
That's like me, like you're talking. I'm just like, yo.
Hey, and they thought it would be us, Alex.
Yes, sir.
nah, but like MRIs and X-rays, they show injuries and stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily show like your functionality and your pain. Like people have bone spurs or like fractures and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's hurting them that bad. So yeah, you can have proof of it, but at the end of the day, like they may have known he was dealing with ankle injury. Like they knew that he was dealing with ankle injury, but they also knew that he was good enough to perform. He was good enough to play. And just because they know, like everyone has some injury they're dealing with throughout the season, but it's like, is it to the point where you have to be held out of a game? That's when it comes down to. And he showed them that it wasn't before the game. He practiced and he played and he showed them that it's good enough to play. So,
because I was gonna say like there's players that are playing on broken bones, like torn ACLs. It's up to the player. Like Bruce Arians said it best. He's like, I can't force you to play. Like, so once you got cleared by medical and like you're on the field pregame warm-ups and everything's clear and you're good to go, like you're just good to go. There's no like, oh, I hurt my ankle.
But is there ever an opportunity to say that you made the wrong decision and you figured out, oh, first 2 quarters you were straight, and then third quarter you're like, oh fuck, like
so
this shit is not working.
So from what I understood, you have to go communicate that with the medical staff, and the medical staff would then go communicate that to the coaches, like, yo, AB out. What's up? Oh, he's hurt. All right, cool. He never did that. He never expressed he was.
But you also got to remember, it's the heat of the moment. You know, Bruce Arians comes up to him. He's on the bench. He's like, "Yo, get back in." And there's no at that point in time he wasn't. There's no time to. Oh, coach, let me go to the medical staff. Tell them like.
Well, in the context of like what everything's been going on, like he's been unhappy with his targets. Like it was. So I think it was leaked that he went up to Tom and it's like, oh, so like you throw into Gronk now again, like because the week before he had got so many targets, and then this game like Gronk was getting all the targets. So once he realized that okay, they're not going to be throwing to me no more, I don't want to play. So then it's like, all right, well, I'm out.
Yeah,
that's why it's just in the context of the moment. Like he's using the injury excuse because it's convenient for the situation. This is wild to like keep talking like what's going on, but he's using the injury excuse because it's convenient. But I don't think it's applicable.
Yeah, I agree with Russ on that aspect because it's like in normal situations when you're hurt, you go straight to the medical staff. Like you don't just be like sitting around the sideline and stuff like that. At least I would assume like someone that's genuinely hurt that right after they come off a play, they'll be like, all right, like let me go get this checked out so that at least I can go back and then if I need to, right? With him, it was kind of one of those situations where like he just kind of hung out and I was just like kind of like I don't want to say like wallowing or whatever, but he was kind of just like I guess he was digesting whatever he needed to digest. He just like a fuse fucking popped and he was just like honestly. Fuck it all, and just like he just kind of dipped out, did in his fashion that he did. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like AB's gonna be AB. Like you just can hope for the best out of someone that's super talented like that. But there's something going on.
Oh, I do want to interrupt. The lights fucked.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. But yeah, like AB's gonna be AB. Like he's one of the more talented players and receivers. But unless he can like work with a team, football is a team sport. So
I think he's. I mean, how old is he?
33.
You should just go. You should wrap that shit up. You should just
pause.
Yeah, you should just go ahead and cut it short.
Yeah. You know, I think.
I mean, he's already taken. I mean, how long has he been in the NFL?
Like 10.
Oh yeah, that's isn't that normal lifespan for
12
an NFL
years?
person?
No, that's not even normal.
No, that's not at all.
That's a lot.
That's abnormal, right?
Yeah,
that's very abnormal.
His body, 12
years.
If we're talking CTE, he should definitely retire.
I think he wants to be a rapper now, though. Because, like, bro, every single story I saw after it from AB was, like, his song. Like, he would post a story, and he would just put his song on it.
I feel like it was, like, a natural reaction in the moment. And then after that, he's like, well, fuck it. Everyone's watching my story, but I'll just promote some shit.
Yeah, bro. He had 30,000 comments on his last Instagram post.
For real?
Yeah.
God damn.
And then he was with Fab, and then he was with Meek Mill last night. Maybe he's gonna be a rapper.
You think he's gonna be a dream chaser?
Maybe. Do you think he could fit the?
He still got some dreams to chase.
It's funny. I feel like all rappers want to be athletes, and all athletes want to be rappers.
Yeah, but it's not like can all athletes even be rappers? Like, did you hear the songs?
They're horrible.
They're really bad.
But actually, yeah, interesting question. Do you think more rappers could turn athletes, or do you think more athletes can turn rappers?
More athletes can turn rappers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Man,
It's not
like-
even close.
Bro,
Now, Drake and
there's
Hoop.
no way.
Drake and Hoop for sure.
You telling you? I feel like you put Drake through one NBA summer league
Bro.
workout, it's a wrap.
Drake's
Like, he's gonna
dropping
tear something.
30.
He has to tear something.
He would definitely.
I mean, because we already seen it. Look at J. Cole. He tried.
Now,
You know what I mean?
he went. Didn't he go?
No, he gave up after.
But he was overseas though, right? Like hooping.
yeah.
At some
he
point.
was overseas. He got in like I think 1 or 2 games.
He was in like that. It was like South Africa or something like that. He played for the African team.
Something, yeah. But he just quit mid-season. He was like
He lost. He lost like the hype.
Yeah, he was like he's done. So I don't know if he finished the season.
No, actually, that's not even a legitimate question. I was just asking.
Yeah, yeah, but
I don't want anyone to think that I actually thought a rapper could be that was not a legitimate
Just
question
wanted
at
that-
all.
just add a little
wanted
filler?
to-
Yeah, just keep the vibes going.
Let's see what the vibe is.
yeah. But so, what do you guys think so far? Like, I mean, now that we're on the topic of basketball, what are you guys thinking so far about how LeBron's playing? I know you're a LeBron diehard, and you've been watching it probably every single game. And I think he's averaging 36.
That's pretty disgusting.
What's the record though?
Is it? Wait, hold on. Let's make
He's
sure.
averaging 33.
He's
What's the
averaging-
record though?
What do you mean?
I mean,
The Lakers
record's
record.
20 and 19.
20 and 19.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's
But
damn.
they're sixth in the West.
So I guess, man, there's 2 questions, man, because I'm interested to talk about. What do you guys think about Westbrook and his role and how he's faring being in the Lakers? Do you guys think that this can actually be a thing going into the next season, or is he going to be traded?
I mean,
Get him the fuck off, man.
with tonight being the 40th game in their record, I don't think it's working. This is literally the midway point of the season.
Yeah.
We got a diehard Westbrook fan, so
relax. This season is not his season, but I'm not even looking at Russ because like we all knew that was gonna happen when he came to Lakers. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we all knew he was gonna just not be a good fit.
I didn't know that.
My issue is AD.
Yeah, AD's like as a Lakers fan,
Like-
man, and I love AD. He's soft.
I'm sorry. Every time I look at AD, I'm looking at that as like, wow, like this is really what was supposed to be like one of the greatest bigs. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when he first came onto the
Yeah.
scene, they were like, "Yo,
He was
this
cold
guy-
back then.
He was cold.
He was cold,
But then like to see what he's become, I'm like, fuck. Like,
Yeah, dude, he's always
especially-
hurt.
especially when you're next to
He's soft.
one of the greatest players of all time.
If not,
I
the
think because
greatest.
I honestly think because it's his height and his weight distribution. I
yeah,
think-
because when you're that tall,
Bro, he's
man,
big,
you're
and
bumped.
like when he jumps and lands, like I just get scared that he's gonna hurt something because he's so long and
You know why you get scared? He's gonna hurt something
because he's always hurt.
fucking hurt.
Yeah,
yeah.
My thing
It's
is
'cause he's
like
always hurt. He
my
doesn't
thing
take care of
that-
his body.
My thing that annoys me is that I feel like he's robbing us of LeBron's time. Like LeBron's gonna have to retire a lot earlier because like he's just gonna get spent. Like
Yeah.
AD makes me mad because he's supposed to be a top. What is it? Top 70? What did they do that list? That top 75 players of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got
He
put
is, though.
on that list over Dwight Howard. And
Yeah, I
you're
don't think he
supposed-
should have
like,
been over
you know,
Dwight.
there's no way. So it's like you can't hold down your end of the bargain. It's just it sucks because LeBron's gonna retire like year 21.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like
I genuinely feel as though like LeBron is going to retire as soon as Bronny comes in and plays one season, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
I think
it.
that's the only thing I can see him waiting for because at this point he's looking at like the team that he has around him. He's like
Yeah, he's
honestly
never
like let
winning
me try and
another
coast as much as we can. If we solidify a playoff position, let me just not go out looking sad. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I mean I'm not in LeBron's head. He's a fucking champion. Like
Yeah.
for sure he's going out there to win every single game. But I think there is a sense of realism that's in there. He's like,
Has to be.
am I going to be able to beat these top contenders? Probably not. But at the same time, it's like, let me still do what I can do.
yeah, I mean, he did say on he said on is it Undisputed or I think it was either Undisputed or another thing called Underrated. I don't know, but he was with his he was
uninterrupted.
uninterrupted. Jeez, I said Undisputed. My gosh. But he was with his wife, and he said, yeah, he's like they asked him. What do you want your? I think they asked him, what do you want your son to do? His wife was like, I want him to be happy, yada yada. And then he was like, no, I want him to play basketball. Like he was straight up and he said that. And then I think in some other interview he said
Recently,
that
he said he wants to play with him, right?
yeah, he said he wants to play with him. So he's going to be waiting. I think it's 2 years for Bronny to be eligible, right?
It's Ken Griffey, Ken Griffey
years,
Jr.
yeah.
type vibe.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
I think it's actually 3 years.
So and if LeBron's putting up 33 points, I mean averaging that, he's good to play 2 more years.
I'm not sure how he's doing that.
But he takes great care of his body and his lift.
I think it's a combination of a lot of different things. Like just with the shift with the NBA, like, and not to take away anything LeBron's doing, but like to him, I'm sure it's like I could still. He's like I bet he's thinking about back in the days where like you get fucked and like wrecked because like the way the style of basketball was back then. So now it's just kind of like he could just stay on the outside and like still like score. And do all that
He's kind of just like in that perfect spot to be like. It's not like I'm not gonna say it's a cakewalk. It's never a cakewalk to score 30, but he's in this position to be where it's like he's older and he's taking advantage of like the softer rules that would never have flew back in the day, and he's like, fuck it, like let me show y'all like what a dog can do in this generation, and just show y'all that like y'all really aren't playing the way like
you could
a
be.
genuine player would play that has. I mean, I don't want to say like they don't have skill, but it's like someone that's like really after it and is still dominant.
Yeah,
His IQ is just superior.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
You can't like
to anyone on the court right now. Anyone.
He's legitimately like the difference between like an arrow with a sharp point and then like someone just fucking just throwing random things like sharp things at something.
Yeah,
like he's so calculated to where he's like I'm going to put my effort where I know it is, but the rest of it's like honestly like I'm not going 110 every play. There's no point. If I can score 30 in 4 quarters, why am I going 100 on every single play? There's really no point, especially when you're at that age.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's still like,
it's gonna be so depressing.
I don't know what
but
the
also,
fuck.
but also the game is just not as physical anymore. When you see LeBron drive, like he's not getting like serious contact.
Yeah,
this year it's physical.
And
it's back to being physical.
No, it is.
It's a lot.
For whatever reason, I don't know what they did in the off season or what they talked about.
You can fight
on the
court.
court.
Like, yo, let's run it.
Yeah.
you saw the Tyler Hero and
Bro,
Jokic.
people are fighting more this year because people are fouling harder.
Yeah.
Did you see Kyle Lowry what he got fucking ejected for? That was so insane.
What happened?
Because he like, you know how you're supposed to give the ball back to the ref like after a break. He like threw it at him and like the ref missed it, so it hit the ref.
Like
and
where?
like just like right here in his leg.
I thought the balls.
No. Like, cause like the ref like grabbed the ball,
Uh-huh.
but like it dropped or he missed it or some shit, and he just looked dumb. So he was like, he ejected him.
Ejected?
Yeah, 100%. Right? Like, yeah, he just straight up ejected him.
Damn, that's crazy.
He was like so upset that he missed the ball that he ejected him.
What did you guys think about Markieff Morris? I think, did you see that tweet that he made about he's saying,
That
man,
shit was funny.
he says like, when you get hit by a 300-pound man, of course I'm still gonna be injured. Or what do you think?
Sloppy fat ass man.
He called what was it? He was
Sloppy fat.
sloppy fat.
Jokic is pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
Seeing him play kind of like it, he's great at his position and he's a talented player, but it kind of pisses me off the way he looks.
But hold on, so I have a question with that, right? So if you do something to someone, can you be mad at their reaction? Because Markieff kind of started that situation and Jokic finished it. So it's like,
of course.
That's why I don't really side with Markieff. I'm like, you started that shit.
you started that shit, bro.
But the way he pushed him was brazy.
Yeah, that's what you deserve.
No, fuck that.
That's
like,
what you deserve.
You don't get to dictate the rules whenever you feel me, bro.
Yeah. It was pretty brazy though.
Yeah.
He pushed him full speed behind him.
I definitely subscribe to that, like that theory.
Wait, hold on. So if you do something to someone, keep your fucking head on a swivel.
What did he? Well, yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that end, but like, not everything you do. Like, I mean, I guess you can't hold anyone to whatever they want to react, but like, not everything. Like, if you slap someone, do you think like they should kill you? Like
Shouldn't have slapped him.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think every like
kills an ultimate. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but like, I'm just giving an example that like, if you do one certain thing, that doesn't mean that the next person should be able to just
honestly,
do whatever.
like, what? Nah, I think it's like if
I do something to you, I should expect for you to do the same thing.
Okay,
like,
no,
that's what
hell
I'm
no.
just,
No,
So
if
it's
you slap me,
different.
I can
It's
punch
different.
you.
It's different. With,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
if
but that's in the
know
same
you-
realm,
If
though.
I know you enough, I'm not gonna obviously know that you did it with malicious intent, right? If I know someone that's, I'm sorry, if I don't know you and someone slaps me, you can't blame me for just honestly wanting to kill you because like you just slapped me. I don't know you.
Also, the way I look at it too, it's like that's why you don't do shit to people. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't know what
like,
someone's going
why
through.
would you?
Like
why
that
would you?
slap to you? I mean, to you, it was nothing, but to that person,
Yeah.
like maybe they're going through X, Y, and Z all day.
Maybe
and you're
they're
the last
injured
person.
in their
Yeah, you're the last person that you're the.
and they're
final
like,
straw.
yo, you just snapped.
Yeah, you just snap. So it's just like
I agree. I was just asking, like,
Nah.
Look at the Tyler Hero situation. That screen to a lot of people was dirty. To me, I thought that screen was dirty.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was dirty.
That was
bro.
a
He
normal-
put his elbow into his face.
Bro, that was a normal.
I thought that was
screen.
a-
and thing is like, man, when you like,
It happens a lot, but it was a dirty screen, in my opinion.
really?
Yeah, I thought it was dirty.
So if you thought that was dirty, what do you think about LeBron? That incident he went in when he
When he
elbowed.
that was a dirty play.
dirty.
That was a dirty
Okay.
play. That was a dirty
That
play.
was
I was wondering if you kept like the same energy.
No, that was
That was
definitely
a
He
very.
that was dirty as
play.
fuck. He elbowed the fuck.
Was it an
Yeah,
accident?
That was
Okay.
no,
I thought it was
no,
an accident.
No, that was a very dirty play. But going back to the Harrow situation, bro, he set a normal screen because even you could tell after his reaction after setting the screen and seeing Harrow fall, it was just like he wasn't trying to be like malicious, like look at him and be like, yeah. It was just he turned around and kept running. If you set a dirty screen, you're gonna be looking at the man that's on the ground.
but
And
you
like,
could try to play it off. Yeah,
Yeah, you try and play it off.
but still,
You
it
said
was
dirty screens a lot.
But it no, but it wasn't. It wasn't like
he knows for sure.
You who?
no. But anyways, but it wasn't
You
like
don't hoop. I got you say it. You don't hoop.
it was. No, I was saying no to what he said. But anyways, what I was saying is that like when you actually look at the play, it wasn't like anything crazy.
I think when you do this and you put your elbow in, that's a dirty screen.
But that's what you have to do. Sometimes you set the pick and you're not in the position that you want to be in, so you use your arm.
we have to watch that again as a team because like I think he actually like leaned in like that, and that's what caused the damage. That's what caused the pain.
But
I don't know why I said that.
that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
I said, "Oh shit, we a team."
I just kept it pushing. But no, but I mean, just take it back to like high school days, like when you're setting a pick. When you're setting a pick, like sometimes you're not in the right position and you use your arm to like be in the position.
I understand
you know
that.
what
You
I
go
mean?
like that. That's,
yeah.
you can go like that. But
Yeah.
like, whatchamacallit, the guy, whoever did it, he like leaned forward like that. That's what made it dirty.
I don't know.
But I mean, I understand Tyler because there's been picks that have been set on me where if your team doesn't call it and you get hit, you can like crack your neck. That shit hurts, and that's what Tyler. You could tell Tyler was like, "Fuck." My neck.
It's just because
That shit hurt.
The picks only hurt when it's like a big man like that. Like you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
they
where
can
it's-
hurt whoever. Like if you're, so let's say you're like so focused on defending the player you're defending.
Oh, yeah, when you
And
get- yeah,
if
yeah,
no one
yeah,
on your
yeah.
team calls
it,
screen,
yeah.
I used to get so pissed.
Yeah,
when I
you're
would
right,
run
you're
into
right,
a player
you're right,
that was
you're right.
that was setting a pick on me and no one called it. That shit hurts.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
right.
running into a brick wall.
It's
Bro,
a blind.
that
No, it's a
is
blind
so
side because
bad.
you're running at your full
So
speed without
painful.
bracing. So it's just like
So yeah, partially if I don't know if they were calling screen or if it was too loud in the stadium, but like his players or his teammates should have called a screen. But yeah, I mean that was Tyler Harry would have got his ass beat. But
oh yeah, oh my god, I don't even know
I
why
don't
he.
know what he
But then
was
again,
thinking.
there's this thing in the NBA
Thug
where
hero, though, thug hero.
who was the one that said? I think it was Cat that said it. He was like, man, none of these guys are gonna fight.
Yeah.
Who was it? Cat?
No, it wasn't Cap, but just I know what the sentiment.
But one of the guys on the post game press conference was like, "Yo, like we got to stop acting like we're gonna fight each
Ain't
other."
no one gonna swing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the end,
there's a few that will.
who?
I think I mean, didn't someone just swing at the other person the other day?
No.
Oh, the guy that. Well, I mean, he did like that.
Yeah, it wasn't. That was. That
He
was
did
a-
again? He did what?
That was a mush.
He was like that.
He just tried to mush him.
I don't know
Like,
what the fuck that was.
it wasn't even like. And I think he did it by accident too. It was
Patrick
like-
Beverly would swing.
I was about to say that.
Pat
Yeah,
Bev
yeah,
was
yeah.
I feel like
Pat
he's
Bev was
actually
swing.
the opposite. I don't know.
Pat Bev was swing. No, he was.
Pat Bev is like
No,
the guy.
I think
who,
Pat Bev will
annoys you.
aggravate you so much till he wants you to swing, and
Yeah,
he won't
He'll
swing,
swing back.
No, he won't swing.
That's what
back.
I'm saying. That's
he
what I
won't?
think.
I think.
Yeah,
I think the
Pat
only
Bev's
person
not
that'll
the guy
swing
like that.
is Rajon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro, Ray
He
John,
proved
yeah,
it to
Rajon,
us.
Yeah, he swung.
He proved it to us.
Yeah. What?
And Morris, Markieff Morris.
Yeah, the Morris twins.
They would definitely swing
The
back.
Morris twins will.
They have little to lose, so they
Yeah.
would swing back. I think Jay Crowder would swing back too.
But dude, Jay Crowder's another one of those.
Why'd you say
annoying
the
ass guys.
Morris twins have little to lose?
I mean, I hate them. I mean,
Wait, why do you hate them?
they're great. I mean, they're
pretty
great
annoying.
enough to be in the NBA, but I think they're pretty useless.
Why
I
do you say
I think the one that was on the Lakers is useless, but the other
Oh,
one
yeah, he
is good.
sucks, dude. He would be wide open
was
in
trash.
the fucking
Yeah.
corner.
But the Marcus is
Get the
actually he
perfect
has some
pass
skill
from
set.
LeBron and
But
just-
honestly, like they're just both annoying.
yeah,
It's so funny because like when you think about it, Markieff has been out for like 30 games from that Jokic push. That's why someone said like,
is he paralyzed
Because
or what?
the tweet Jesus.
I mean, well, he's like,
No,
what?
'cause-
How
no,
do you
'cause
miss
the
30
tweet-
games off a push?
No, because the tweet was like,
I did
let's
not
not
support that
forget
comment.
the fact that Markieff hasn't been back in the NBA since he got pushed by Jokic. It's been
Yeah.
30 games, and Markieff is like, that's what he said. Like, he's
Yeah,
like, you wouldn't be surprised if a fat sloppy motherfucker pushed you in the back.
Damn.
No,
he
no, no,
must have really-
pushes you in your spine.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I think he
That's
has a
what
spine issue now because you got also you also got he had like serious whiplash.
Bro, his head went
his
like,
neck
all
went
the way
like
back. Yeah,
It's
His
because
neck-
the C6 vertebrae is very prone to injury with volatile forces from that angle. You know.
I didn't know if you were being serious or not.
I was just like,
Oh my god, nah, that shit was a hard push down. Whiplash is whiplash. You know, hey, once you get
Whiplash
it, that
Whiplash can really like
Yeah.
push you
Yeah.
out for a bit.
yeah.
that sucks,
Oof,
man.
that's why pushing people in the back is just like not wavy. Because you can really hurt someone. You can really hurt someone.
yeah,
Do you
I think that was
deserved
the
it?
point.
You should just go over there. I know, but you should go over there, turn them around, and then push them.
That's more wavy.
Yeah, but it's just like my biggest fear is if I push someone or I hurt or I punch someone or push them so hard that I actually inflicted like
long term
yeah,
or
permanent
kill them.
That's why for me, I don't like getting in fights. Honestly,
That-
like you can provoke me as much as you possibly can, unless you put your hands on me or someone that I know, or if I'm just in a very like self defense, like I guess situation. I choose not to fight. Or
Bro, I agree with that completely, and especially as I'm getting older, like I feel like up to college you can kind of even in college it's a little bit sketchy, but you can kind of justify it.
Yeah.
But once you're like a grown man, like timeout isn't like, oh, go sit on the corner of the room.
It's jail time.
It's
It's
jail.
jail.
Like
Yeah.
so, and if a man falls the wrong way and like and you guys and you're never fighting like on grass. You see these men
Fighting in a street,
on concrete. The first person to fall, if they hit their head the wrong way, it's over. And then you think back and you're like, could you imagine being in that cell and being like, man, I fought over a tequila shot or
Yeah,
like
a bump in the
a
club.
bump in the club.
Also, you guys are assuming that you won the fight.
No, but what I'm saying is
Well,
just
yeah.
like just in general, just even start just even taking it to that, because two people have to fight, right? It's
Yeah.
not like
But you could be fighting someone that's even like that's supposed to win. But if you push them the wrong way, or let's say like you tap them and they trip over someone like a cord like
Yeah.
that, they fall on the concrete sidewalk,
Yeah.
And
that
they're-
person dies.
I'm not gonna
you're-
lie to y'all. I want to get in a fight one more time before I hang it up.
All right.
okay.
I respect that. Yo, we should set it
No,
up.
just to see like would I get beat up?
Yeah.
Can I knock someone out?
I think you should.
Yo, can I promote that? I'll promote that.
I'm not saying I'm not. I think. Okay, you know what? I don't want to speak that into the world. I don't wanna get in a fight
that's
anymore.
crazy.
If,
But
if you are gonna get in a fight, let's promote it for some money, eh?
No,
Like some
no,
YouTube
no,
shit.
no,
Come on,
no,
man.
no.
But
I just
I-
want to be put in a
like-
scenario where someone forces me to do.
Like-
no, okay, you know what?
yeah, exactly.
Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Hey, we
Jake
got
Paul.
Russ, challenging you.
Universe,
KSI.
universe, as you're listening to me right now, I do not want to get in a fight.
Yeah.
KSI, Logan Paul, eh?
Yeah, you put that into the air like
Yeah, you
crazy.
don't want that.
Like,
You don't want that.
like maybe you can say like if that's really how you feel, then you would say like a boxing fight in a ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's not that bad, buddy.
you know what I mean? But like,
What
but
you
just
want?
in
You want to
general,
be like
like
Tyron Woodley?
there's just too much. Like
Russ and Ocho Cinco fighting? Like, come on.
Yeah, man.
yeah, there's just too much to lose now to like because like there's no reason good enough to truly have a fight.
Zero.
No, there's a reason.
Because like you could fight that
No,
one person that you want to fight,
what if a
and
girl's-
if you like if they fall, everything you've worked for
What
till
if a girl
today is
punched your girl in her eye?
Okay, maybe in those instances. But what I'm saying is like
There's always a reason.
but what I'm saying is like just
But even if a guy punches your girl in the eye, if you punch him and they fall down, like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't. For me, I don't ever want to
like
get
I'd win that
involved.
in court.
You don't want to get involved with in the court though.
And
That's just it can go either way.
It can go
man.
either, and
especially as a black man.
Yeah,
It can
especially
go
as a
either
black
way,
man.
It can
And
go
that-
either way, man.
And I'm sharing the same sentiments Shawley has because this bro, like man, like when you really think about like all the shit we've worked for and like where we're at in our lives, like to think that it could go because of
A fight? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying from the perspective of like someone pulls up, like in a private, like you know what I'm saying. You have a situation, you get in a fight.
even still, man, you can still kill a nigga in private.
No, I'm not. Why we gotta kill
No, but
somebody?
he's
No,
saying,
I'm saying he
he's
can
saying
fall
like you could
accidentally.
Like,
He
he's
can
saying the
accident-
reason a fight isn't
Yeah.
worth it is like say you knock someone out, right? You
yeah.
punch them and they get knocked out.
You
on
do-
their way down, they hit their head. The
You
wrong
do know
way.
that
could be death.
when someone
The
gets
chances of happening that
no,
are
it's
No,
not
it's very-
it's not
it's not
small.
small
You
at
know
all.
you do know that when someone gets knocked out, like standing, 9 times out of 10 they're hitting their head on the floor first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
so
they're
Like-
not,
like-
they're not conscious.
so
enough
like-
to stop
so
themselves.
I mean, if you go on World Star right now, you'll see like thousands of people getting knocked out. They're not all dying.
No, I mean, I'm not saying they're
It's
dying.
a chance. It's a chance of happening. I'm just saying. It's
and
not
it,
a common.
and it's just like, bro, like at what point do you say like I like my life? Like I don't want like I don't
you don't want to risk that
I don't want
chance.
to risk my life. Like to think that I could just like stop traveling, stop doing all these things because I wanted to. I was mad for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Overall, I just kind of want to get a gauge for like, what do you guys really think about Web3, NFTs, and then I mean we can even get into a matrix conversation, but I don't think that's necessary. But but like, what are you guys thinking so far about like where we're headed as a society based upon what's been going on with NFTs and Web3?
I think it's interesting. I think it's the future, though, 100%. We've talked about this a lot on the pod, me and Shawley, pretty much every single episode. And I think it's 100% like how the world is going to go. I think to some people it's scary, but it's just one of those things that people need to learn to accept at this point, right? Like, it's not something you can avoid. And I think anyone listening who's like doesn't like that should just come to terms with the idea that like the world is changing virtually.
I was scared at first, but I think to go off of what he said, I think a lot of people are scared, but you're scared until you actually apply or set aside time to like actually learn about it. Once you learn about it, you understand that it's not that crazy. It's really not that crazy.
Yeah.
Just sit down and just teach yourself about it.
No.
I mean, it will serve to an advantage for you as well.
Well, I made
No,
a
you're
good
good.
joke.
You're good.
No, I completely agree. I was definitely in the same boat. Like, obviously, like learning anything new is always gonna be scary. Like, you're always gonna be wondering, like, damn, like, how is this gonna affect my life? You know, like you're not just like thinking of the moment, but you're like, will this drastically change the plan that I had for the future? Like, because everyone's always planning, and then all of a sudden something gets thrown in like a wrench in the system, and you're just like, well, there goes that whole plan. You know?
Yeah.
So definitely, like, I was scared at first, but like you said, just continuously like learning about it, you start to realize like there's a lot of strategies to like, I guess, like get bang for your buck when it comes to NFTs. Like, you don't have to like focus on strictly like the big
JPEGs.
ones. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I think there is like legitimacy to those. Like, if your funds are in that situation, then for sure, like, you should take advantage of those things. But like, if you're just someone that's starting off, like in any other business practice, you're going to make mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
I think people are just so afraid to like make those business mistakes, make those mistakes that you think are kind of not useful, but it's always gonna be a learning experience.
Yeah.
So
I think where people get overwhelmed is that they think that they associate NFTs with like investments, and even though they are, like, not every single NFT project has to be an investment. Number one, to begin with. And so I think when you get overwhelmed with like, oh well, I need this amount of money to purchase a legit NFT, you immediately check out because you're like, oh well, I don't have the money, so you check out there.
NFTs are not only investments. NFTs are like they're things. Like, it's NFT is going to be a movie ticket. It's going to be a real estate. I was talking about first his pool company. Like, there's so many things there's so many ways you can utilize an NFT.
100%.
I think the first initial rollout and the first initial pop off, which was probably this year. No, it was late last year.
Yeah, late last
Late
year.
last year, November to December to like 2022. I think the first initial rollout made everyone think, including myself, that all NFTs were just pictures that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's not the truth
No.
at all. There's a lot more than that.
But they had to start that way because like people got to remember, like, you can't just introduce like a full concept without like taking people on like a step-by-step like process.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the first thing was the utility of just, all right, we're just going to think about trading art. But where NFTs are going, where I'm actually going to be implementing in my business and some other businesses that I'm about to create, but is I truly believe that where it goes is, just imagine you could say to AMC, you could say to Nike, or you could say to any of these major corporations that I could say to you, okay, there's this one NFT that is a 10% discount on all movie tickets per year, and it lasts for a whole year straight. Then I could say to you, it's the same. There's another NFT, but it's for 6 months. There's another NFT. Like, think about promo codes.
There's so much you can do with it.
You can literally the real utility. I don't know if you've seen Gary Vee, what he just recently dropped. He talked about before, but he has a business called Fly Fishing Club or whatever it may be. But it's like an exclusive restaurant that you only have access
With the NFT.
With the NFT.
Yeah.
And so you can think about how like that utility works. It's like, all right, you say, like, just imagine owning a table at a restaurant, and everybody wants to go to this restaurant, but now me owning that table is an asset to me, but I can also still eat there, right? So you can the applications are literally, the great thing about the NFTs is like it's limited by your creativity, right? Like you can literally it's up to your creativity to decide like how grand or how small the NFT really is. Because I mean just imagine where you can have exclusive promo codes for all of our different businesses, for INAKA, for GBT, for mine, like where, you know, where just having access to that 10% discount is an asset.
Yeah,
bro, NFTs are going to be everything. And it's funny
Everything.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to Matt Como the other day. We did a podcast with him the other day, the episode before this one. And we were talking about how him and his friends utilize NFTs. And he was saying that one of his famous like DJ friends, what's his name again? He's famous in that electronic music world, but like he
Dubs?
huh?
Dubs?
No, it's like it starts with a J. DJ Jalou or DJ Drew. I think it's Drew. Or no?
Nah.
DJ Drew, something like that. I don't know. But anyways, he's famous because he dropped an album as an NFT. So what he is trying to do, and a lot of artists are trying to do this now, hence why Tory Lanez and everyone else did it. He was the original, like he was like one of the OGs of this shit. He dropped an album that was an NFT, which gave users like rights to his music. So like they owned a percentage of his music. And through that NFT, he made like $11 million. I don't want to say $11. $11 million. So he dropped an NFT project as his album. It was like an electronic album, and it did $11 million in sales. And I think all those artists, all those people that bought his music, they own a percentage of his music. That's pretty cool. I think a lot of artists are going to do that moving forward. Like Drake dropping an album next year, you own that song or own that album that you bought from him.
Yeah, I definitely think like NFTs are always going to change, or now they're going to change everything that we thought was the social norm for like any business practices. With the music industry specifically, like everyone is going to hop on that buying an NFT for each project, because there's now it's like contracts are somewhat null and void. Like you have to renegotiate to say, hey, if you create any NFT, it has to be distributed by us or something like that. So it's now it's honestly flipped the whole music industry on its head. Like everyone there's no point of owning masters. Like why the fuck do I need a master? I can just create some downloads, put it on an NFT and flip it. Because there's nothing in your contract that says like, hey, like, I can't create NFTs. That's a whole different product. It's not just music.
It's interesting because the music industry is one that's always been controlled by someone else.
Correct. Like, and that's what they said. Like with the they said what Web 1 was information technology, right? So just being able to like provide information. Web 2.0 was like having the ability to access that information and do something with it, kind of like the social medias and et cetera, et cetera. And then Web 3.0 is like, all right, let's remove the middleman.
Yeah,
completely.
I saw that.
Right? Like, because like when you really
Full
think
decentralization.
Yeah,
Because
because
like Web 2 made like Google and all them the big, like so powerful, like no one can stop
the monopolies, yeah. But because when you think about it, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to like the Apple Musics and the Spotifys, because it just makes more legitimate sense for an artist with a following to release like Tory Lanez, for example, selling 1 million copies in 59 seconds. He made $1 million and went platinum in a minute, less than a minute, right?
Was it a song or an album?
Album. And that album, none of us have heard because we don't own the NFT.
Also, too, what do you think about like?
That's
do you think
insane.
they're going to change the rules as to what's considered like a platinum album or any of that kind of stuff? Because whenever streams came on the scene, they had to change like what it means to have a platinum album or diamond and gold and all that.
I think for sure, but it's not really like the artists are more concerned about the money.
Yeah, the money.
You know what I mean?
Money, yeah.
So it's like whether it's now like 10 million units to be platinum. I'm not sure that's a really a problem that they're concerned about.
Because like in regards in the context we're speaking with the music industry, it's like now it's like this is just another layer that they're gonna try to fuck you on. It's like okay, like if you have another NFT or whatever, we're gonna control that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you have to get in early. Like I know Meek is trying to drop a full project like NFT.
He did. He tried. Yeah. I don't know how.
Or he wants to. I don't think he hasn't yet.
I thought his last. I thought he
sold the art as he dropped
the art of the expensive.
But he was talking about he wants to do a full mixtape.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
And then I know Nas like he re-released like a deluxe with like 2 songs.
Two extras.
I saw that. It was today, right?
Yeah, it was today, and
Yeah.
it's like
How did it go?
I forgot the stipulations. As to
Did he
what.
sell out?
I think he actually sold out.
Because
Chris Washington
because when you
texted me
because
about
when you
it.
really think about it, like
he sent me a video.
in all these units, like I don't know, Tory Lanez, I think it was 1 million units, a million NFTs.
Bro,
What happened?
so like, bro, it's funny that you brought it up. So the guy that I was trying to figure out who it was, he's a DJ, but his name is 3LAU.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
That's
Yeah,
that's
he's
Matt
a big
Como's
guy. Yeah.
one of Matt Como's best friends. He's starting this company that is going to be selling other musicians' music
He's
on
creating-
his platform,
on his
as
marketplace.
NFTs.
Yeah, marketplace.
So that's what Matt was trying to tell us the other day. He was like, "Yo, I have a friend who's starting this company. Nas and it makes perfect sense. Nas invested, a bunch of other big artists invested into
Yeah.
this company. So now, if instead of you going through your record label, you just pay his platform a percentage,
100%.
and then you get to own everything.
I think I heard that too. Actually, somehow, like I think it was like something was reported where there's a platform coming out with NFT music like that.
I'm about to send this to Matt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
No, 100%, because I have plans to create something very similar to that, but not for the music industry. But yeah, the marketplace is gonna be the space. Like having like what we're gonna see now is funny, because I was thinking about this today. It was like, you know, we want to go to this kind of decentralized model, but we're having a centralist ideology by having these like OpenSea and these platforms that we're utilizing as our marketplaces, right? And that's really what's going to happen. Is there's going to be the different versions of the monopoly is not going to be like Facebook, Instagram, yada yada. It's going to be the OpenSeas, whatever this man's going to be
That's
creating.
what I'm saying. Like,
we're still going to have centralist things.
you can never separate.
No.
Because we've literally already been programmed to like a central idea.
Because
it's like Walmart. It's like literally Walmart has all your groceries.
Exactly. Why do I need to go somewhere else?
Yeah, so you're gonna go to Walmart, right?
100%.
Like, and then they have Target, but it's the same shit. But then it's like, okay, well, let's decentralize it. So then you're gonna go to fucking Doritos, right? Like to go buy an actual bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
That's like an idea of decentralization. But like to get to that point, there's so many systems that are gonna be changed. I don't think we'll see that part of decentralization until maybe.
We'll never see that.
Maybe 15 to 20.
We'll always see marketplaces because human beings are inherently lazy. You don't want to have to.
I was literally gonna say that. I'm like, bro, the convenience factor of like having, for your example, like the Walmart situation where it's like a centralized area where you could buy groceries.
Yeah.
There's just people that are just lazy.
No,
or that's not their realm, so they're just gonna need towards something.
Not for you.
I think the only thing that you could probably get is like just making convenience even more convenient. That's like literally like that's the next step in anything. Like right now, it's like, for example, like groceries, right?
It is.
You have curbside.
Yeah.
There's Rita, right?
Yeah.
It's just the same shit where it's like
everything
is always going to be centralized in some aspect. It's just going to be on what can I do to ease the burden of the consumer. Because everyone's a lazy fuck. When it comes to it, everyone's lazy as shit. Like when it comes to like, obviously like there's hardworking, but there's also like things where it's like, I'm already spending so much energy on this. I don't really fucking want to do this.
But he doesn't want to go to a grocery store anymore, right?
No, exactly.
He wants it delivered.
So it's the same thing. It could.
I don't want to go pick up these Alani Celtic Krogers.
It could be. You know what's funny? You
Just saying.
You could
available at
low-key-
Kroger, HEB, and
No, so like you could low key make an NFT now that's like centralized, where it's like you have a connect because you own this NFT, you get first dibs on X amount of NFTs. Like that's another layer of creating convenience. So like I wouldn't like, it's kind of like having a Costco card. Only you get specific deals because you shop at Costco.
Question: has there been like? Never mind. I'll ask this question like when you guys. Like,
You know what? I don't think. I mean, I agree with everyone. I think that we're never going to live in this world where everything is decentralized. That's just not how life is going to be. But the government's definitely going to find a way to tap in and make their money from this 100%. But I think that if you get into the system now and you start to play around with it, you get familiar with it. You could start making money like Nas and these people are making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Look at Beeple. He's making all that money before the government taps in, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's very, very smart. But I do think that eventually, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn,
Are you talking about decentralization or music or
no? Fuck, I forgot. Honestly, I was about to say
Eventually something.
I know, but I just completely forgot. Jeez.
So with your belief of like how NFTs and everything's the future, you know, NFTs are linked with cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So what do y'all make of like the dip in the market and like people are still getting scared of like how everything's just, you know, it's the new year. People expected everything to be 10 times by now. You know what I mean? So it's like, What do y'all think? Like, you should think people should still?
I think this is the best time to get in. The dip is great for anybody who hasn't actually been in, because you're not feeling these losses.
This is your opportunity.
This is your opportunity.
A perfect entry
this is your
point.
opportunity to get in.
Again, because these losses. If you got in,
Because there's some people who got in like before.
Man,
the
like
year,
for example, like I just recently got put onto some stuff, and it's like I got in with a decent price, and then I was like, okay, bet. But then obviously society has its own reasons. Obviously, like COVID's new spark. So it's just another dip. Obviously, I'm doubling down on certain things where it's like, okay, well, I was going to put more money into this, but now I'm just going to wait for it to hit another bottom, and then just go on from there.
No, you got it.
No, sorry. But like that being said, like definitely like you should only be investing what you have to invest.
Yeah.
Like don't look at this as like, oh, this is the chance for me to get rich.
Yeah, don't get excited and start parking on your
Yeah.
That's a
But he
huge
put the bank
point.
account in ETH and got fucked, man.
That's a huge point.
Yo, but he put the 4 racks into ETH, bought one, and he just got absolutely wrecked.
Hammered.
But his ETH is like 3.2 right now.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I understood about 30% of what you just said. Holy sh! Ant is from Canada now, for real.
I
Like, oh
understand.
my god.
but he put a 4K into ETH and it's now at 3.28.
Buddy bought one ETH and he's fucked.
Buddy bought one ETH and he thinks he's balling, eh?
Yo, Buddy thought he was gonna be Jeff Bezos on one ETH.
Wait, where
But
are
he
you
thought he was
getting
the
this?
new
Where are
Elon
you getting
Musk,
this from?
huh?
Where's it from?
Most of it's full sin. Kyle, a little bit of Drake. You know, actually, speaking of Drake, I was talking to Smiley on the phone yesterday, and we were just kicking it and chatting about linking up in LA and shit. I just wanted to throw that out there. Shawley, you saw me, right?
Nah, Smiley did call us,
Yeah.
but
Smiley, you're actually friends with Smiley?
I'm friends with my
trainer.
boy Jeff, his trainer for he's full sin and
gotcha,
shit.
But I was gonna say that one more thing about this before we switch topics. I think once Facebook taps into this, because everyone's trying to say that, oh, like we're not gonna, like I was talking to, remember we were talking to Josh about it. He was saying that like, oh, I think people are gonna avoid using Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That shit's
yeah,
not
that's cool and all, but like I think that just
average
but
consumer?
perfect example. Before Instagram, there were other apps, social apps that tried to pop off. Remember,
Yeah.
I don't know what they were called, Friendster and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
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 maybe before Facebook, there was other apps that tried to pop off, like Friendster.
MySpace popped off.
MySpace actually popped up.
MySpace
But
was-
like Friendster, all the other pages. I don't know.
There's
I
one
never
called
really-
Zynga.
Zynga. I remember
damn,
Zynga.
I'm a little too young
I remember
for y'all.
Zynga, Friendster, Zynga. Like all those apps tried to pop off, and I think they were more so decentralized if you really think about it. But then Facebook popped off, and then
Yeah.
of course everyone like mediated to Facebook. I think with this thing,
It's gonna be
now,
the same.
It's gonna be the same thing. Like everyone's gonna try to run away from Facebook and shit like that. But when they start taking over the world, as far as like the glasses only being compatible for their metaverse, syncing with Apple and iPhone, syncing with Google glasses, like it's gonna be super hard for you to operate in a metaverse outside of Facebook's meta to actually get shit done.
The reason that,
on a wave with your friends, right?
Yeah, on a wave with
Yeah,
your friends,
bro.
and honestly, just making like I guess at that point legal money.
yeah, the only way that I can see Facebook not getting to it is if one of these other companies hit a deal with Apple for them.
Yeah.
like that's the only way, because I can.
Yeah.
But even
because like
then-
if you grow enough, like for example, like let's say OpenSea, right?
Yeah.
OpenSea is the only way you can get NFTs, right? Or not the only way, but it's the most known, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna get bought out soon.
Yeah.
I see
Okay.
it.
So I'm saying like if they get bought out by
I don't
Facebook,
think-
it's still
yeah.
ultimate goal is still reached, right? But let's say they're like, fuck that, like let's go against the corporate giants, right?
Yeah.
If they have that mindset,
Let's run it up, yeah.
The only way that I can see them beating Facebook is they have to beat them to the punch, because they have to be
Yeah.
thinking like 10 years in advance before Facebook can, which is
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. It's Facebook.
Facebook's probably 20 years ahead, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably waiting for them to just
Yeah.
waiting for them to hit that problem where it's like, now you need funds.
Yeah,
You need
yeah, no,
funds.
give it
No,
you.
but I also think OpenSea, whoever owns OpenSea, is probably like because they just hit that. They just got another big evaluation.
A couple
If
Bs,
if I think they hit 1 billion, right?
Yeah, I think you sent it in the chat.
I think OpenSea's at 16.6 billion right now.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
In valuation. But people don't understand what that actually
They're
means.
waiting for like that offer that they can't turn down. I feel like
What do you think it is? 50?
yeah,
Couple hundred
probably
mil?
more than that, man.
Yo, at that point, like, what's like?
No. They raised the 300 million
To hit 1 billion.
Series C round.
Yeah.
So their valuation, what they're valued at right now is $13.3 billion.
Jeez.
But people
But is
gotta
that
understand,
USD?
people got to understand what valuations
Bitcoin.
really mean. It doesn't mean you have that. money.
Like,
I know
they're so
that.
futuristic,
I'm just
right?
saying,
They're
like,
about USD.
if anyone was to wanted to buy them, they would have to pay that amount to buy them.
Yes, to buy
Yeah.
them completely. Yes.
But I'm saying
To affect all of
OpenSea,
it.
Shawley's saying that they're going to get to. He's saying they're going to reach a point.
No,
where
OpenSea, they know that like you, but they can't continue this. Oh, I don't need anyone for as if their primary base is going to be America. They can't be that company that doesn't use Facebook or moves on this decentralized platform forever. Eventually,
they're not trying to do
eventually,
that. They're not
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't
They're
think
not-
they're
I think
trying
they're
to do
just
that.
holding out. They know that they're going to be worth probably 100, 200 billion.
No, they're not holding out about anything. They're raising rounds. Raising rounds means that
They're trying to get bought out.
you're bringing more investors in. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they're actually about to go public.
yeah, like they're accepting any money they can get.
Yeah.
Like, because you got to remember these businesses. People got to understand, like in tech, there's not a lot of companies that are actually profitable. Like there's like when you think about profitability to not having profit, it's 99% to 1. Maybe even worse.
I'm speaking more so in the company being bought out by another company. I know that they're already going public in America, like in the next couple of months.
Yeah, but they're going to go public because of
Funds.
Yeah, because it's like all right, if we're not I don't know how their transaction model is set up, if they're making anything off the transaction. They probably are.
Percentages.
Now whether or not that's keeping them afloat, I don't know. But usually what happens, the reason why going public is a interesting thing to people is because you got to understand that, like, for example, let me try to break down investing as simply as possible. Let's say you have INAKA Power, right? And you say you want to sell 10% of the company at an evaluation of, like, let's say 100 million, right? Like, you want to sell 10% of your company for $10 million, right? So that means your evaluation is $100 million, right? That's what we're valuing the company at. If someone invests 10 million, your company is now worth 100 million because someone made the choice to do that.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way to understand evaluations. It's whether or not people are willing to invest, and if they are, you times whatever investment percentage that they came in, and then get it to 100%, and that's what the evaluation is, right?
Yeah.
So now we're the guys that put in the 10 million. We want you to raise what's called another round, right? So we started at Series A. We all invested in Series A. Now we want that Series B to be even higher, right? Because then that means that the 10 million that we invested
Turns
Now
into
we know.
something else.
is
Yeah.
growing, right? So now the height of rounds is IPO. So you go Series A, B, C, D, E, maybe even F. I don't know. You keep going. Keep getting more and more people to invest because you're burning through capital. Then you get the general public to invest. That's an IPO. And that's when you can, I think it's about 45 days after the IPO, you can start to cash out. So, but it's mainly for the investors. The co-founders get fucked. Their equities dwindle down to like damn near zero. They make a fraction of something. I mean, it's still going to be millions of dollars, but it's nowhere near what their investors are made because their equity is literally nothing. So it's like for OpenSea, I don't know who the founders are. I haven't even done any research into it, but just so that people know, because I always see how people look at like evaluation. They're like, oh, they have $300 million. No, they have a salary like anybody else, and they're using that $300 million. Like when you go to an investor and you say, oh, I need to raise $300 million, they say, well, what do you need it for? Like, okay, we need it for expansion, we need it for marketing, we need it for hiring employees. And your salary at that point in time, I'd be pretty positive that their salary right now, the founders, maybe like $200,000 to $400,000, maybe. I don't think it's $1 million.
Yeah.
So like, and we're talking about a $13.3 billion company on paper.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I don't even know how I even got on that topic, but like the valuations are like, just so people know when they see that shit, like don't think that it's like, oh, this motherfucker has
Like they have it
300
in
million.
pocket.
Like,
So what happens when they go IPO?
so when they go IPO, it's different. It depends. Most investors cash out before the IPO.
IPO, but so that the co-founders like they check out. It's like I'm done.
No, the investors. So like, there's a difference between the co-founders and the investors,
the
right? So like
investors,
the investors, some investors will probably cash out.
Some will stay, some will.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like, okay. So I got offered an IPO
for some company.
for Thriller. Is it Triller?
Oh, Triller. Yeah.
Triller.
To be part of it.
I got offered IPO to be a part of that one, and I got offered to be a part of OpenSea as well.
Okay.
So I was gonna put, let's say, I throw like 20,000 into it. One of the guys was telling me that, yo, if I did 20,000 in the Triller, once they went public, in a couple, I think they're about to go public next month, I would get instant 50% back instantly. So like
Yeah.
me as an investor, I have the option at that point to either stay and maybe it corrects and it comes back down, or stay and it continues to go up.
Yes.
So that's what you're saying. Like you have the option once you're saying that most investors, once they get that cash out, that 20,000 extra 100% gain, they pull out.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like if you got in at Series A, like by the time you get to IPO, you've raised like 4 or 5, like 6 rounds. Like you've raised a lot of different rounds. Like first one was probably like 10 million. The next thing is 200. 50. The next thing 100 and maybe 300. Like OpenSea,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. I think OpenSea is like Series C, so they've already raised like 2 other rounds. But yeah, like you have the option to cash out before. I don't know all the rules, so I'm not even going to try to be an expert here because I think certain investors have to, once it IPOs, I believe you have to stay in for a certain period of time.
You have to stay in for a year.
Yeah, you can't just cash out.
Yeah.
So you have to
I actually remember him saying that.
ride that wave.
Yeah, you have to stay in for a
Yeah,
year.
so a lot of people try to cash out before the IPO. Like if you got in at Series A, like I mean, you can wait till the IPO, but it's like a lot of the value has been gained from all the other rounds, right?
So you have a potential of losing all that shit. Potential of losing.
Not
a good
necessarily
amount.
losing all of it, but like losing some of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, like especially if you got in at a good price, because all they're saying is like, okay, we're gonna IPO at this share price. This let's say it's $20 a share, and then it opens up and it's already at $40 a share.
Double up.
And you've doubled up. Like
Yeah,
you know what
perfect
I mean?
example. The guy that I'm talking to, he got into Triller at $5, and I think now they're projecting it to open at $40 something. So like,
yeah, exactly. So it's tricky. It's tricky because in the ecosystem that we're in now, where everybody and their mother is an investor.
Yeah.
There's a lot of just like doublings before it even when it opens. But then there's also sometimes where it opens and people get out, right? Or short sell. They'll short it and try to like this is not going to go up. And so you have this battle. So it's tricky because it's not just like if you really watch the market, it's not really like just because you're IPOing, it's just going to shoot up. It's the general public has to be invested into this business, and if they're not, then
that's why I thought Triller was pretty kind of like. I mean, I was very surprised that Triller was actually getting some heat because I mean, Triller is kind of
I was gonna say Triller is an interesting app.
No, but you got to remember, Triller bought Versus. They bought Versus.
Did they buy it or
Yes,
did Revolt buy Triller and they're
No. They bought it from Swiss and Tim and whoever else was.
Yeah, no, but
So
Versus is
they
on
cashed
Revolt
out.
now.
Yeah, but that's probably like distribution deal. That's more of just distribution.
So what does Triller own then?
Triller owns Versus.
Yeah,
right. They own it. So like
the show.
So like they bought it. So like when you think about it like that, you got to think about how big Versus has become.
Yeah, but do you think Versus is that?
Versus is enough to be like, yo, let me
invest my
As
life savings in
a
it?
businessman, I'm not buying Versus.
Yeah.
But there's other people out here that are businessmen as well.
You consume it though, right?
Huh?
You consume Versus, like you watch it.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure.
It's obviously somebody's watching it.
From the outside looking in, let me clarify. From the outside looking in, I'm not if I have the ability to purchase it outright, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know how they're making their money.
Yeah, I feel you.
Right? Like if they're making their
just
money
like
off of just
sponsorships and shit?
viewerships or like it's going to be ad revenue, I'm not the guy that like when I see a business and they're making the money off ad revenue, I'm not
the safest
that's,
one.
Yeah, that's not like I need to see transactions, but that's just because of how I've grown up as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But some people take ad revenue and they're like, fuck it, like that's beautiful. Like take a cut of that and
Let's run it.
Let's run it. But for me, I need to see like a physical transaction, so I know like okay, I just need to times this transaction by 10,000 and it's gonna run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, you're telling all the viewers out there who like have Ethereum and stuff like that, just hold.
Yeah, 100% hold. Like I mean,
I like how you remember.
I remember the original.
I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I'm like, yo, where the
fuck did we go? Right? Yeah. But yeah, no. But it's your original question. Yes, hold, man. Like if you're gonna be an investor, you're investing. Like
you know what's funny about NFTs? Like when the market's down, NFTs rise. Like if you look at like when ETH is down, NFTs rise because like.
But that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and it's vice versa too because like when ETH is up. You're like, shit, let me fucking sell it. You know what I mean? Let me cash out on this ETH right now. And then when it's down, it's like not that many people are spending ETH on NFTs anymore. So then like it's like, all right, I'm gonna hold this.
That makes perfect sense because because everyone purchases NFTs through ETH, right?
Yeah.
So then if you
Well,
say
not only ETH, but Solana.
yeah,
yeah,
but
Solana
the vast
and-
majority, right?
yeah,
Like
vast
if
majority,
you look at OpenSea, it's
Yeah.
damn near all ETH, right?
So, can I read something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's funny Ant brought this up because like I saved this the other day because I get into a lot of debates with people about like NFTs dropping and then the market crashing, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to read as fast as possible.
Okay.
The market dropping because of interest rates expected. This is just like the subject. Market dropping because of interest rates expected to go higher. However, that applies more so to equities, especially growth stocks with higher PE multiples. Multiple people tend to draw the association between crypto equities. I do not think so. Crypto should be an asset of its class. Crypto should be an asset class of its own. If you work in finance, you would hear more and more investment managers, parentheses, hedge funds and ultra high net worth investors especially, slicing out part of their investment into crypto only. That means more mega money about to enter the scene. Moreover, interest rates are higher because of the inflation expectation. What does inflation mean? It means that purchasing power of cash seizes assets prices go up. That means that real assets such as oil, real estate, and NFTs should benefit.
Yeah.
Happy to hear. Oh, that was the end of it. But
benefit?
Yeah.
You said real
because-
assets?
but think about it think about NFTs as real estate.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
the market
he said
when the
NFTs or
market's
did he
down.
say
NFTs?
Oh, okay. I thought he said
NFTs.
real estate. I was like, if the cash
No.
is inflated, like, and the value.
no,
Saying
that's
the,
what I meant.
the
NFTs
value of the dollar
Yeah.
is like decreasing.
Yes, no. I thought he was talking about I thought he was saying that because of inflation that the value of these real assets are
Increasing.
increasing.
Yeah, they are.
That's what they are.
They are, but it's like,
yeah, I see
but
what
the
you mean.
it's tricky because I mean it depends on who talks about it, but like it's tricky for me because when I hear inflation and I think about inflation, it's like okay, the value of the dollar is decreasing its value, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at this
Camera,
this my
tripod?
bad. if I'm looking at this house,
but he's looking at a
But
tripod.
but
buddy
I'm-
pointed directly at the
nah,
tripod of the camera.
I was envisioning a home in my mind.
yeah.
But like, if I'm looking at this
Jeez,
home
bro.
and it's selling 30% over sticker, I'm not really looking at it like oh, it's 30% over sticker. Does that make sense? Like I'm
The value of dollar is decreasing at you.
that's what I'm saying. So
cost
when I see this house and it says, oh, like let's say this house was supposed to be like, let's use normal numbers. Let's say it's supposed to be 100K and it's now going for 130. I'm not looking at that 130 and saying it's really worth 130.
What are you looking at as?
I'm looking at it.
Like you're saying, you're looking at it as like it's 100K, but it's going for 130.
Exactly.
I know what you mean.
Because
it's like that jersey's only worth $10, but now it's a $20 jersey
because it's
because of the
inflated.
value of the dollar.
It's-
You're looking at it in the inflation view.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Well, no. The argument is what he said.
Is that like when
NFTs,
yeah,
the
like
market
when
drops,
yeah.
NFTs are gonna go up.
when like ETH
Yeah.
drops?
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to prove that.
Oh, I agree
Yeah,
with that. I
yeah,
agree with that.
yeah.
No, I thought the thing said like that
No,
physical
he's saying
assets.
he's saying to view an NFT as an asset the same way you would view oil,
Oh,
and
100%.
the same way you would go real estate. Not comparing them in the sense
Oh,
of
okay,
like
okay,
the
okay.
market trends, but just like put it in the same realm as an asset, like an investment asset.
So
Oh,
was it
100%.
you that said that when Ethereum? So
Are
I
you
thought
hoping that NFTs do bad then?
I thought that when Ethereum dropped, an
NFTs
NFT like Bored Ape, my mutant ape would drop as well. But
Yeah.
it's not.
It's the opposite.
But that just proves to you that NFTs are like actual assets. Like
Oh,
they're
so
just-
so that's when your value of your NFT went
goes up. It goes up. Look, bro,
So
my
even
my
it's
mutant
down.
ape is worth more than it's ever been worth right now.
Yeah.
And
and
ETH is down,
fucking
yeah.
everything is down right now.
So would you say that?
It's just hard. It
So
makes
when-
it makes it harder for the holder of Ethereum to attain that item.
yes,
Yeah, I get it. So it's
Yeah.
like people think just normally like, okay, ETH is down. That means that like you
anything
know,
that's valued with ETH goes down.
yeah.
no.
But it's
Anything
like,
that's
nah,
on
it's
the
like, bro,
ETH
since
blockchain.
since there's so little of ETH, like bro,
Yeah.
that's just gonna be even
Exactly.
higher. 'Cause it's even
Because
harder.
yeah, if your initial investment was you bought one ETH and you bought that bitch at 4,300, like now one ETH is 3,800.
So
Or
that
like
one,
36, right?
But that one ETH, that 7 ETH fucking
Yeah.
ape isn't gonna change.
yeah,
So if NFTs are going up, can ETH go up as well? Like
Yeah,
there'll be a
like they-
future
like they
as
can both.
can they
Yeah.
both go up?
Yeah,
And-
for sure.
'cause now, like someone listens to them, like, oh snap! Well, if I think NFT is going to be the future, that means ETH is just going to go down.
Well,
no.
So
Because
now-
you,
so
the
if you think
holder, the holder of the NFT decides everything. Like no matter how much you get offered, like you decide when you sell it.
Well, yeah, but I think he's saying like the general value. But you have to also go back and think about it like real estate. When people start making more money, what happens to the price of houses when people start making more money?
Yeah, shit goes up. Well, I mean, like people are buying more, so like you know, the market always adjusts. Like no matter what in any industry, the market is always going to adjust.
The point that this man was making is that NFT should be looked at as assets.
Like
Yes.
Will said.
100%, because I think people are looking at NFTs like pictures because of what they've seen as V1 version 1. Version 1 was, all right, let's just go ahead and like make these nice little drawings and then trade them like trading cards. But what happens if I told you that this drawing of this Bored Ape contained a 10% discount on all Adidas product?
Yeah, people understand when it comes to
Just think about
No. He was just talking about like
can the price of ETH
Yeah.
and the
More so
hype of
just on the
NFTs
market.
both rise? Because I'm like, with someone just listening to this, they're gonna be like, okay, well, if NFTs are the future and that's gonna be real big, then my valuation in ETH is just gonna go down. If the trend is when NFTs get bigger, ETH goes down.
No, it just makes
they
it.
can both grow for sure.
It's just like
yeah, they'll both grow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Basically.
I think it's just like
So you don't scare everyone to just selling their ETHs now.
I think when there's less ETH, I'm trying to think.
If I'm
about-
watching this, I'm like, okay,
because now we're getting out.
It's like
to economics.
it's
now.
like the chip shortage with vehicles now. It's
Yeah.
like when there's less money or there's less chips, the value of your car goes up. It's harder to
It's harder to get.
Yeah,
So
so
like
it all comes down to a fucking supply and demand.
yeah,
Exactly, it's
that's
just supply
truly
and
it.
demand.
Because ETH at the end of the day, ETH is limited, right?
Yeah.
It's a limited source. Dollars, you can't print more ETH. You can't print more Bitcoin.
Yeah, they mint it. Yeah,
You
they just,
can
like,
mine it, but
mine
you
it,
can't you can't print the dollar. You can print whenever you want to. The government control that shit.
they can print that. They've shown that.
They printed $1 trillion the other day.
They printed like 60% of like
Yeah, so like that shit,
fucking-
that shit, and that's I watched something the other day that really like stuck out to me. The government can control inflation and all that shit because I mean they could just print
Yeah.
more whatever the fuck
Yeah,
they want to.
but I think the thing is that people don't understand the concept of like what money is, right? Like when you look at money is just an exchange of value. We picked a piece of paper and we said that that's the exchange of value. You could have chosen a rock.
Yeah.
Originally, it was gold. It was a rock. It was a yellow rock.
Stones.
Literally, a yellow rock was the exchange of value, right? So like, when people see this printing and like they're like, oh, how can it happen? Like you have to understand that it was an imaginary concept from the beginning.
Yeah, the concept
You know,
of money is
And
insane.
so then what people are doing with crypto and shit like that is just literally saying, yo, this is worth this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
To a
it.
certain extent,
That's
yeah.
it.
And that's why the finite amount of these different cryptocurrencies is important, right? Because you can't have unlimited supply. If you have
Yeah.
unlimited supply, then
and it doesn't matter.
exactly. It fucks up
easy
the
to
demand,
exist, yeah.
right? So there has to be a limitation to some degree, and that's what I think the tricky thing of like, you know, people keep talking about like, you know, how do we get completely to crypto? There has to be. I don't know. I still need to think about this idea a little bit more, but like, there has to be a finite amount, whether that be there has to be some type of intrinsic value, right? Like there has to be like something like, it has to be finite in order for like, because it's tricky because some people say that, you know, crypto is like, you know, it can't replace the dollar, but then you also think the dollar fluctuates in its value as well.
Yes, it does.
So it just so happens that the volatility of crypto is extreme at this current moment.
Yeah.
But once it starts to stabilize and you start to say, that's why a lot of people think that Bitcoin is going to be kind of the backbone of our value, right? Like in terms of like if
when
we consider like
Bitcoin's
a
up,
dollar.
everything else is
Because Bitcoin doesn't fluctuate as much as Ethereum. It does. But if it can stabilize, like we have to have some form of a stable currency where we're not like you wake up one day
You're fucked.
and you're just like,
And buddy
You know what I
checks
mean?
his phone and he's like, fuck, I'm not leaving the house this
Yeah,
day.
that was my next.
You get that
Your
Coinbase
bank account's
notification.
negative.
Yeah, so that's what I was like,
Buddy's accounts are red, eh? Like
Yeah.
buddy wakes up and he's fucking pissed.
exactly.
dude.
But he wakes up and he's just like,
I'm broke as fuck.
So I think
Buddy wakes up and he starts selling
crazy.
shit.
It's crazy. Like if we did rely on cryptocurrency solely, the crazy fact of waking up in the morning and be like, damn, someone hits you up like, yo, you want to step out tonight? Nah, I'm negative today.
so. That was my next thing. So
I'm
it's like,
negative.
If
But tomorrow you wake up, you're positive. Like,
We out tonight. We out tonight. Yo, the market's
Yeah.
up. Everyone's at a
No,
club, man.
that volatility is insane because you could be, in theory, like if you're fully invested in crypto, right? You could be a multi-millionaire one day, and the next day you're an 100,000-aire. And at that point, you're still living on the multimillionaire's lifestyle. And then you're like hoping, man, I hope tomorrow's the upswing.
So
That'd
do
be
you,
such
do you
a
think
scary
that
feeling.
once crypto kind of becomes more the norm, it won't be as volatile?
I can't even answer that question because I don't know. I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. I just looked over.
Gentlemen, we got him.
What did he say?
We got him.
Bro, he just couldn't answer the question.
He was just like,
he was trying to so hard too.
bro,
His
just
brain was blank.
watching Alex's mind just be like, these are so many possibilities.
It was like all the gears were just shifting and shifting and shifting.
Oh my
You know
god.
what's crazy though?
I can't even answer that
You know what's
question. There's
crazy,
no way
though?
for me to answer that question.
I was thinking about this the other day because I have to like actually start thinking about this. But when it comes to cryptocurrency and making these investments, I think you have to pay taxes on the investment transactions.
Yeah, capital gains for sure. If you make some money off
once
of it,
you
yeah.
liquidate, once you
How
take
is
it out,
that? How is that? No. I'm talking about. Well, yeah, I guess, but I'm saying.
they're trying to make it so now. Oh, allegedly, they're trying to make it so it's taxed before you even take it out. That's what I was seeing.
Well, not even take. I know for sure taking it out. But
yeah, but
I
they're
think
trying to make
there's
it taxed
something.
before you.
Didn't
take
weren't
it
you
out.
saying
No, I
you
think
get
no.
taxed
I think
on
you
your
have to actually
investment,
get you. No, I think you get taxed on. Let's say I'm
Your-
selling
yeah.
10,000 Bitcoin and putting it to Ethereum. I get taxed on that transaction.
transaction. And you know,
yeah.
and I have to look at that.
So how
because
is that
this-
decentralized?
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, the government's
No, because they're gonna find a way, and that's a good point that you made. Because honestly, I don't know. This is my first year where I'm gonna probably get taxed on, and I'm happy to answer that question.
Hook your shit up to what was the thing that Josh hooked the shit up? It's called coin tax or
to see it.
base tax or
see
something like
what
that.
your tax are?
You pretty much you synchronize your Coinbase with this coinciding
third-party program, and then
and it
a
does your
platform.
taxes for you.
That makes sense because, and whether or not it happens off of, because I was also thinking about it. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, man, if I can just shift my Crow into CRO, or let's use things that people know. If I can shift my Dogecoin into Dogecoin or whatever it's called, Dogecoin or the Doge.
I was like, well, I've never heard of
Yeah,
that
but
one.
Dogecoin or whatever it may be. But like, if I can shift my Dogecoin into Ethereum and like make that conversion, I'm like, damn, like, okay, so do I not have to pay taxes on that, or do I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Technically, you should. You
Nah,
have to. I mean.
so that was my next thing. Was like, I was so confused on this. Like, I'm still learning crypto. Like every day, I'm trying to do as much research as I can. But it's like as if like transitioning from one coin to the other coin.
Whether or not it considers a sale.
Yeah, is it just changing one currency to the next currency, or is it just like, oh, this is now you're technically pulling out of this currency and now you're reinvesting into another currency?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That is insane to me.
That is exactly what it is.
If that's the case, then yes, you have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
So if anybody's doing that, if that is in fact the case, where the government looks at it as when you convert the currency to another currency as you selling,
Yeah, it's like
you were
buying-
selling
that
stock.
That is it.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
it.
Then
It's like
okay,
selling
then
a stock
you
and
100%
buying a
you
new
got
one.
to pay.
It's still gonna go. I mean, some platforms kind of do the when you
Conversion?
the conversion
okay.
for you.
You know
It's
what?
still gonna go off that US dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
going.
you know what? You know what's decentralized still, and it hasn't been touched yet. I think so. Obviously, you get taxed on the transactions, which are the investments. Pulling out and investing in another coin. That's one, and then also pulling out the cash into your bank account, Wells Fargo bank account. Obviously, capital gains tax. But I think what hasn't been taxed or what hasn't been, I guess, tapped into by the government is the income you make from like cryptocurrency. So like, let's say if you make $7 million off a coin, I don't think the government can touch that.
No, they can't because that's capital gain. No, it depends. If you sold,
If you pull it out.
yeah, if you pull,
Yeah,
then
but if it's
considered
just sitting there,
oh no, yeah, you're
yeah,
straight. You're
you're
straight.
straight.
That's
Okay.
that's like a normal investment, like in
Okay.
stock.
I wonder
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
can if they can tax you on like staking. Have you looked into staking with coins and shit? That's interesting.
I've heard about staking. I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
staking
neither do
at this
I. I
point.
wanna look into it
I haven't
for
done
sure.
any research into staking.
Supposedly, you get fucking
So, like,
hella percentage back.
So my question is, like, when it comes to crypto and stuff like that, if you're already getting taxed on the sale of the of the actual coin, they're gonna additionally tax you on top of that.
What do you mean today?
So like, let's say like the
like
way
the
y'all
transaction fees?
yeah. So it's like the way you said it is like, okay, if I sold this, like let's say Dogecoin, right? I sold my Dogecoin, took that money. I'm already being taxed on that money now, right? But I'm using whatever I was technically not taxed for, like as far as like after taxes, to invest in a second coin. And then let's say I pull that coin. Is that now being taxed again?
You're saying if you pull a coin.
Yeah. So let's say
So if I sell Doge, I get taxed because I brought it back.
Yeah,
and then I
right.
invest into Bit, and then I pull Bitcoin out. They're taxing me on that as well.
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically that.
Yeah, 100. I think
Any
so, yeah, 100%. It's
any sale
Yeah,
where
you're-
where money has been made,
Yeah,
you're getting taxed.
You're getting railed.
Now, if you take a loss, straight, bro, you
yeah.
write it up.
don't even
I mean,
give a
but
fuck,
you can write that as a loss on your taxes.
The government doesn't care about a
yeah,
loss.
but if
No
Go
money
ahead.
to be made on that.
So, cause y'all as INAKA, y'all did post that y'all were accepting crypto and
Crypto,
stuff.
yeah.
Have y'all started that, or y'all is that like
We
in
already
the future?
started.
Yeah,
You
you
already
can do
started
it. Yeah, you can like 100%
So what happens
buy
is
Naka
when-
right now with
When people use their
Coin.
cryptocurrency to buy our shit, it just goes to like our cryptocurrency, like I guess wallet, and yeah.
So the dip sucks. Basically.
Yeah, imagine. Buddy bought a $30 shirt. It's worth 15.
and see,
Yeah?
this is
But that's
the
the
real
gamble.
Yo, buddy bought a $30 shirt. It's worth
Yeah,
15.
it was really $10.
What coin are y'all accepting? That is it just
Everything.
Ethereum? Oh, any fucking coin.
Yeah, pretty
So like,
much.
Damn.
every coin that Shopify, Coinbase allows.
Yeah, and see, this is so back to that question of why I couldn't answer that question. This is the tricky part of it. I know a lot because, for example, look at Tesla, and I don't know if Elon's manipulating the market. And I don't want to say that he is, but
Yeah,
remember
he's
when
a
he
sponsor
said
of this
remember when
pod,
he
eh?
said that he was accepting crypto
Yeah.
and as a form of payment for buying a Tesla, and then that Tesla was also making an investment into, I don't know if they did, it was either Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but they made a significant investment, a couple billion or whatever it may be.
I think it was Bitcoin, right?
It ran. Money went up. They sold. I think they sold most of their position at its peak. And then they said that they're no longer accepting Bitcoin. Because you know what happens is that when you, let's say this $40,000 car, I buy with one Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin's going for $40,000. I sell, I buy it with one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now they have this in their bank account, Tesla.
Yeah, it's too.
And now it fluctuates. The dip, that 40K
Now that
is
Tesla,
no longer
yeah.
40K.
But the cost of that Tesla didn't change.
Exactly. So
What they paid to make that Tesla, let's say 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
They paid the 10 no matter what. And they sold it to you for 40, but now they got that Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. That
Or
40
they
is no
sell it
longer,
for you for a Bitcoin. Yeah, they sell it for
that
one
40 is
Bitcoin.
not 40 anymore.
Yeah, that
And
40 is
so
like a
now
30.
their margins are fucked up.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And now their margins are changing by the second.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
then
like,
they have to now invest that
so
bit in-
now niggas got to
That's what
figure
Naka's
out. So now dudes got to figure out and budget.
Yo, Naka's holding right now.
How do you budget when some of your money is in severe
Yeah.
fluctuation?
It's
You
such
know
a
what I
weird
mean?
thing.
Like,
So when y'all sell, is it not like is it like a fixed Ethereum amount or like a fixed or like the Ethereum amount like
it just
changes?
Goes, it definitely
it
goes
changes.
to the market. We can't do that.
That's what I was wondering. No, that's what I was
at the
wondering.
point
Like,
of
is it like
at the point of sale, it's a
yeah.
fixed amount, right? It's
Yeah.
whatever was happening
whatever
that
the dollar
second.
amount
So
worth?
you almost have to treat like a knee sleeve like the market. Like,
Yeah.
do I want to buy a knee sleeve when it's
Ethereum's
worth $20
down,
or whatever?
Yeah, like
pretty insane.
And that's
Nah,
the
it can't work like that, 'cause
That's
at the end of the day,
that's the
you
tricky
have to
part is because when people make that comment of like, yo, how do we get to crypto being or some form of crypto being our stable currency?
It was
it's
what you're
not
saying.
stable.
It has to be Bitcoin.
It
will be Bitcoin, and
it will, but
it has to
but
get to a point where it's like
Bitcoin has to stabilize to the point where its fluctuations
Yeah.
aren't like wild.
thousands of dollars.
Because how can any business base their
value,
their top line revenue off of a coin that keeps fluctuating?
Yeah.
So then you get to the end of the year, your books you were projecting, oh shit, like we're about to make a couple million. It's like,
But can't that only happen?
but he made a couple hundred.
it's like,
Can't that only happen if like majority of the world switches over to Bitcoin?
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what's gonna happen. Like you saw with I don't know what country in
South America.
in South America. Was
the
that
one-
El Salvador?
It was
Yeah.
Venezuela.
Venezuela,
or
one
El
of these.
Salvador.
But as countries start
Yeah.
to adopt it as their form of currency, then you can get to some type of stability.
Yeah.
But it's just tricky because it's like it doesn't have a finite amount, which is great. It has the potential to be more stable than the dollar.
Yeah.
Because you can't
just make more
You
of it.
can't circumvent the.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm just to mine
Yeah.
100 more Ethereum." It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
The system won't allow you to do that.
Let's just
So-
print more dollars, eh?
Yeah, so it's gonna
Yeah.
be so it has the ability to be more stable. It's just about what currency does the world adopt? What cryptocurrency does this world adopt as that guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the reason people think it'll be ETH is because it's to the common consumer, like it's more valuable to buy one whole ETH. So in their mind, even though you can invest the same amount, in their mind, owning one whole ETH coin as opposed to having to pay 40,000.
Yeah, the reason why ETH is in the leaderboard, and that's why I have no investment in Bitcoin. I have all my investment in ETH. In terms of like when it comes to who's going to be the guy, is because ETH.
Yo, buddy starts transacting right here. Yo, buddy hit the.
Hey, dude, buddy logs on the Coinbase and like makes the conversion.
Yo, he's like, fuck.
He's like, fuck. Like,
don't you got to say I am not a financial advisor?
I'm not a financial advisor. I mean, you guys are all. Hopefully, you guys are all grown enough to make decisions for yourself. Like, I'm not giving any type of financial advice. But the reason why ETH could be the one is because ETH can be done on a transaction level. Bitcoin doesn't have that ability.
Yeah.
So that was my question with like Bitcoin. You have to buy a whole Bitcoin, huh? Can you buy a portion of a Bitcoin?
No, you can buy a portion. Yeah.
That's why crypto everyone can get in because anyone can buy a portion.
Yeah. Well, you can buy portions of stock now too. Like
can you?
Fraction shares like on fucking.
Fractional shares.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. I was like, man, like so
interesting,
like,
but yeah.
Robinhood lets you do fractional.
Yeah.
I don't trust Robinhood after what they did.
Yeah, Robinhood's pretty brazen.
Robinhood cap.
But yeah, so I mean that's the whole NFT Web3 thing.
So like on your site, I'm like, how do y'all for any coin? Like, how does the transaction on your site go? Like can someone be like, all right, one person today paid 0.006 ETH, and then like the next day, the price of the shorts are still $65 worth. So
it'll probably still say that they paid that amount, but the amount in our bank account will fluctuate with the market.
But the next day, someone could be paying like 0.007 ETH.
Yeah, okay.
It's $60 worth. Like, let's say
it's
they're
still
selling,
gonna be that.
It's like a $64 investment.
Let's say the hoodie is $60. It's $60. Whatever that is the conversion is going to be proportional.
So if the market keeps dropping, are you just gonna just stop that?
Honestly, I don't think
like
I don't think that many people actually.
It's not that crazy because not a lot of people are doing it.
Buying crypto. Yeah,
like we're gonna discontinue this function for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I would advise that honestly.
After this episode, people are gonna buy up all the shorts, gonna resell value for USD.
I mean, they're still going to see whatever $30 worth of it is. It's the business that takes the hit.
At the end of the day,
they will see the same price, but it's the business that takes the hit, right? Like you see your wallet. Your wallet just keeps going crazy.
It's one of those things. It's a gambling tactic for the business. It's like, damn, like we could store all this Bitcoin from customers, and this shit might take off, and shit. We made instead of making $30, we made $130.
And see, that's a trade off. That right there is a trade off, right? Like being able to, and this is what all business does. Like for example, like if you think of like I know some companies, a lot of corporations operate off of what's like called like a net day 45, net day 30. So basically, like let's say you're performing a service for this massive corporation, right? Like let's say I'm Nike and you're
Adidas,
and you're no.
Starter.
No, I'm Nike and you're like maybe we have like we hired like a national vendor for like janitorial services all around to all the Nike stores, right? Yeah. So they help clean up everything, right? And I create this deal with you, and I say that we pay you 45 days after the service has been performed, right? Yeah. In those 45 days, actually, let me put a middleman in between it. You're the janitorial service, I'm the marketplace. So Nike's working with the marketplace, and then we contract out the janitorial services. So Nike says to the marketplace, we pay you in 30 days after the service has been performed. And then the marketplace says to the janitor, we pay you in 45 days after the day of service. So there's a 15-day difference between when the service was performed and when you get paid, to a degree, from when the marketplace pays you, right? Mm-hmm. Some people will take that money, invest it into the market, so it can grow in value and then pay you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of companies do that. A lot of companies have an investment arm, which people don't know about.
So they pay with less, basically.
Yeah. So they're able to make more than just the transaction. Yeah. And that was what was happening originally. So it's the same thing is going to happen in crypto.
Yeah.
It's the same shit that's going to happen in crypto. It's just about when do we get stable enough to where
you can do
the majority of companies can trust that.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
right now you can get burnt.
You can get fucked.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
you can get destroyed. I mean, you just think about like high volume of transactions. Let's say you make 1 million transactions in a day, and then they're all $30, and then like it's now 15.
Yeah.
You lost.
That's tough.
You lost
That's so tough.
half a ticket off in a moment. So, but yeah, that's with crypto. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
No, that was
That was a long.
this was probably like a 3-hour.
How long?
Right?
Was
We're
this?
looking
How
at-
long is this
We're looking
pod?
at,
Camera's
we're
still
looking at
rolling.
2.5.
The battery's still on.
Huh?
210.
Jesus, this is our longest episode.
That's
I don't
not
think
bad.
I don't think
I
we've
thought we've
ran
done
one.
longer.
I think we've ran a
that our
210
record?
in a minute.
That's a long time.
That's a long one.
Did we ever do?
I mean,
a
but that's
2 hour?
traditional. I mean, we usually ours was 1 hour 40, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez,
The GM podcast is normally
That's
was,
long, right?
Yeah.
210 on a pod.
no.
For someone like myself that loves podcasts, that
Yeah.
was great. That was great. For
We've
me.
never done
I
a
love
two-
that shit.
Yeah.
I always get tired.
I mean,
when
the
podcasts only
new
be 1
new
hour.
age pod, the new age potters
They'll
will
the
do
GM
like
to break records.
Hour to hour.
Welcome
hour
to Naka
30.
Power Radio.
What you about to say, Russ?
No, what were you saying?
The new age potters, they'll do like an hour because that's what they'll just
Yeah,
traditionally
that's
do. Like
hour 30. Yeah.
I also feel like the new age potters also just do a bunch of clips. Like a lot of these
Oh,
people
for
just
sure.
do they do their full clip, like they do their full thing, and then they
Yeah.
just be like, all right, let's segment this shit to see like who wants to listen.
You
to
know
this
what y'all
shit.
should
Yeah.
start doing for y'all's channel? I don't know if y'all do
That's
this for your channel.
smart.
Literally cut up every
Yeah.
single segment
Yeah.
and release it as a clip. Because like Joe Rogan
Bro.
literally just
Yeah.
has a Joe Rogan clips.
Yeah.
There's one podcast I listen to.
Yeah.
We
Talk to
didn't get
Serge, yeah?
Like what's his name?
Damn,
Who's-
Joe Rogan does that. And he gets more
Yes.
views.
No, that's the
He
only.
has a whole
that's,
separate
that's the only
Impulsive-
channel that's up on
Yeah, on
YouTube right
YouTube,
now.
yeah.
Like the
100%. Impulsive
And,
does
Flagrant,
it.
Flagrant 2 grew their podcast by doing that. Like,
Oh yeah,
just chop it up.
Hey,
Impulsive.
This season we're doing it different.
Oh yeah, no, you should do
So
that.
release the full episode and then literally just chop
Do a
up the
Naka
clips
Power Radio
the,
clip,
re-upload it.
Mark Bell's
Yeah.
Power Podcast does the same shit. Like
Yeah.
I literally only watch their podcast off the clips.
Wow.
I learned that through. I mean, I seen it, but I really figured out that like Full Send capitalizes on it because then they'll have people that are constantly. For example, what's his name that came on the interview? MMA fighter. Fuck. Usman. Yeah, I've watched all of his clips and I was like, oh fuck, I just
Yeah, I
watched the
should
whole.
have just watched the episode. Like,
Yeah.
I end up
Yeah.
watching every single goddamn clip. I'm like,
Yeah.
And all pods
Reels
do
is
that,
dope.
but you also create a separate channel for the clips.
Yeah, the separate
So
channel
like
is-
like
is the
Impulsive, they have Impulsive clips. Joe Rogan at one point had his
JRE
own
clips, yeah.
JRE clips. Like you
Flagrant
create that
2,
channel
like
and then you
Andrew
cycle. You get people to go into the act.
That's
and
actually
listen to
pretty
the full
smart.
episode.
So
Mark-
for this
Mark-
episode, we could do like for example, Russell weighs in on Antonio Brown, and then we could do
Yeah.
like Alex talks about cryptocurrency. Like no, that's
yeah, because
that's actually very
like
solid.
Mark Bell,
Yeah.
his actual pod page, like the numbers, like they're okay, but then like the
clips are
do-
braised.
Like
Bro,
clips are always
people
viral.
like I mean most people can't digest like 2 hours,
hours,
but
yeah,
at the same time it's like people don't have 2 hours of just like monotonous
down and
noise, you
fucking-
know.
yeah.
But like at the same time it's like you have the people that just like put it in the background. Like
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, but if I'm really trying to like if there's a specific topic that I'm like damn like that's a great topic,
Yeah.
I'll sit down
Damn.
and watch. It's like an episode. It's like
Yeah,
it's low-key
okay.
like a little
Yeah.
a little summary in a way.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like bro like I'm looking at it as like if I didn't really care that much about crypto, right? But I give a fuck a lot about Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna listen to Antonio Brown. I'm just gonna stop listening to the shit.
Can you do that, Serge? Yeah.
Serge
Serge is like, fuck.
They're like,
He's like, here goes Russ, fucking smart ideas and shit, eh? Yo, buddy can just be a normal guest.
Buddy-
eh?
Yo,
Buddy-
Serge is
Yo,
not
buddy hops on the
smart.
pod and starts giving ideas and
No,
shit.
he's like, buddies couldn't have just been a normal guest and not gave ideas.
Yeah,
right?
right?
Eh?
Yo,
We were
buddy
busting out
buddy
the
think he's
idea.
Elon, eh?
But like
sharing ideas.
This
and
is
shit,
like
eh?
I mean this was like literally what the GM podcast was. Is like our GM like our actual group messages
Yeah.
just ideas just shooting. So I
Yeah.
was like you got the thing now, guys. Like there you
Not
go.
for sure. We've been using like TikTok and Instagram Reels, but I think the YouTube channels are dope.
100%. It's like buddies had to share multiple ideas right now and make my work 10 times harder, eh?
Yo, Serge is not smart. We was
Yo, buddy thinks he's Elon, eh? Sharing
Exactly, right?
ideas
He
and
thinks
Shawley
shit.
goes, Serge, can you do that? So it's like,
He's like, oh, you gave him another fucking idea.
Oh man, yo, thank you guys for coming on and making Serge's job a lot
10 times
harder. Appreciate every single one of you. I was glad that all you can get together and talk for 2 hours at a time.
Serge,
John,
demand a
the
pay
legendary
raise,
pod.
man. Demand a pay raise.
Here we go. Yo, pay him in ETH, eh? Hopefully it's down, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Pay me in Bitcoin.
I was gonna say to close. I mean, I don't know if you guys are trying to close this out or like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
close us out.
Like,
No, close it out.
It's kind of wild. Like when you think about it, like we all don't link. no,
tomorrow.
The chat goes, but it's like
Yeah.
funny because like people that are on the like we still all talk to each other.
Yeah.
And just like physically seeing each other, like it's
Yeah,
probably like
not that often.
We could literally count it on our hands.
Yeah,
But
we
that's
should
a
run it.
sign.
We should
but
run it
that's
up
a
in
sign of the
2022,
times.
man.
Though. That's a sign of the times, though, right?
Yeah,
because
for sure,
like
for sure.
everyone's everyone's a homebody at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go.
And
Yeah, it's
you know,
literally just work.
You know, it's
Go home,
work. Go home and
beat your
like.
shit a little bit. Like,
Okay. Yep. Okay.
No, like,
no, I mean, fair enough. I mean,
No, he's right, man. He's right.
oh man. Oh my god.
No. I was about to say
man.
chill with your girl, but I mean,
Yeah.
he took it to a different place. But you know what I mean. But jeez. All right, let's close this out, please, man.
Yeah, no, let's link up more in 2022 because I feel like I don't see you guys that much, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, good resolution. Good
I just
resolution.
appreciate.
I'm about to fly out next week, so
we're getting this together though.
exactly. I'm in it.
Did Crank figure out his fight situation?
Yeah, he did. He's coming on.
But yeah, I appreciate Ant and y'all for like actually finally getting together because it's very hard to get us all in the
The same room, especially
And,
for this amount of time.
Yeah, and for keep pushing it, not just pushing it off. Because honestly, even after the text I sent last night, I still feel like,
You thought it was gonna go like,
bro, I feel like someone was gonna say something. It's like, I was talking to
You were
Gio
scarred.
earlier today. I was like, I'm still hesitant. Like I don't believe it's gonna happen until we press
Yeah.
record. So yeah.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was happy Russell hit with the reinforcement. That really, gave me some hope.
What was really funny was that me and Russ were literally having a meeting before this, and I didn't even notice the time. He goes, "Shit, man, we better head over." I was like, "Wait for what?" I was like, "Oh fuck, 3:15." I was like, "Shit, let's go." I was like, in my head, I was just so dialed in, and then I was like, "Oh damn, like nah, like this is definitely something we gotta run back."
Yeah.
Yeah, on the pod. I mean, every occasion, and it's up to you guys, but I mean, like, it is what it is. But it's good that we all had each other back in one room for a quick 2 hours, 2 hour session. Honestly, it was a
Long time.
kickback. It was really a kickback.
Yeah. It's my nice little kickback for
So, yeah.
sure.
And closes off, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, you had a legendary podcast, and I was a guest on it. So I think full circle moment being able to have you guys.
Oh,
as a guest.
you were.
Now we the guests.
That's funny. That's
full
crazy.
circle moment for sure, man. But
That's crazy.
Thank you guys for watching. I don't know, if you watched the full time or this is just a clip, but we'll be back next week.
Because we're doing clips now.
Anaka clips.
We're doing clips now.
Anaka clips.
Anaka clips, the channel.
Season 2, episode 2.
All right, boys, we out.
We out.
Peace.
Jeez, bro, that was
Wow, that was.
That was fun.
that was a.
I mean, it feels like 2 hours.
nah, I didn't.